Whoa, that's too loud. Let's skip to this. All right. We are live, guys. What's up? It is Monday morning, Sunday night. Oh, no, not the Mondays. No! Here we are. Kendo was the first to post. How's it going, Kendo? All right. Let's see. All right, we're plugging in the tags. I got the Pricey submission for PSA done today, although I do have to print a label for it. Mister's full of energy. Sometimes I'm full of energy. All right, pulling your hottest cards. Time for red label Pricey slabs. Live card shop. I gotta sneeze. And save on that. Oh no. I sit down in this room and immediately start sneezing. Definitely allergic to something in this room. All right. Closing all these things. I can almost guarantee I'm going to sneeze if I sit down in this room. This room probably needs to be completely gutted. All the cards need to come out, and then there probably needs to be a huge dusting. Needs to be dusted. The whole thing probably needs to be vacuumed and dusted. Probably full of dust. I'm going deep like Trump versus Elon. What are you talking about? Okay, I heard Elon Musk made the what do you call it? The American Party or something like that. It's a third-party group. I mean, I don't think he could win with the American Party, but I do think that politicians would be interested in getting him to either join the Democrat Party or joining the Republican Party, kind of like what happened with RFK Jr. You know, he had a little following that could sort of swing the vote. So James Beam says Gengar Slab. Oh, I know what that is. So that's sold now. All right. I think you're dusty. No, I'm getting old. Let's see. We're all getting old, Mr. Brandon. The Muskie Party, because he's a lunker. I don't know. I think Elon Musk is pretty upset. Trump took away the tax credit for electric vehicles. That's a government subsidy. That's where the government takes our tax money, and instead of spending it toward the debt, or instead of spending it toward, I don't know, infrastructure like a road, they say, let's give people who buy Elon Musk's electric vehicles a whole bunch of government money back. It was a lot of money, wasn't it? Like $12,000 per vehicle or some crazy amount? I can't remember, actually. I can't remember. I know I looked one time because we almost considered doing it. So the government gives a whole bunch of money to you if you buy an electric vehicle. Where does that money come from? It doesn't just pop out of thin air. Well, it sort of pops out of thin air. But it's basically, that's our money. That money could have been spent on many different things. But that money is spent to make Mr. Elon Musk the wealthiest man in the world. So, yeah, it's weird. I feel like Trump stood on principle on that one. He said, hey, you helped me win this election, but you know what? We got to get rid of your free government money. It doesn't make any sense. From my check, yeah, basically, you know, it's not a real free market if the government says to the combustible engines or whatever they're called, if the government says, you guys got to sell, and this guy can sell and receive a $12,000 check when he sells. So it's not a real fair market. So I don't know why Elon Musk would be so against that. I think that he should be careful because I actually sold all my... I used to have Tesla stock. I sold it all. I sold all my Tesla stock. Maybe that would be a big mistake. But I was sitting on a little bit of Tesla stock, and I sold it because I thought, man, this guy's just too political. You can't do it. He's too political. You can't be that political. We are. You got to pick a lane. Like, first he didn't like the Democrats. Well, first he liked them. Then he didn't like them. Then he liked the Republicans. Now he doesn't like them. So whose side is he on? And, you know, if you get both sides angry at you, how does that end? You know? So maybe it was on purpose. Hey, what's up, Crimson? Ripped 7 Alakazam 151 boxes that dropped from GameStop. Got the Erica's illustration and 0 illustration rares. Am I cooked? Yes, you are in fact cooked. This is what cooking looks like. I just wanted cool Pokemon cards. Oh, I'm sorry, man. What's the Final Fantasy break at? Oh, the Final Fantasy break. I think it's 2 out of 7. Is it 2 out of 7? Yeah, it's 2 out of 7. Yeah. I played some games today. Kirsten and I almost went out to eat, but the restaurant was closed. So we went and we had gas station pizza. Oh, yeah. We had that good gas station pizza. Then we went home and played some more games and watched The Liver King. The Liver King on Netflix. There's a TV show. There's a 1 episode, kind of like the Tiger King, but not as crazy as Tiger King. Tiger King was a whole, I don't know, it was a phenomenon. The Liver King is not quite as crazy, but it is a little bit crazy. All right, let's find James Beams's card. Here it is. The SIR is like 1 out of every 41 packs, and I didn't get a single Pokemon IR. Time to keep ripping, I guess. Yeah. Pretty wild. We are. All right. James Beam. Here you go, James. What's this new logo? What do you mean new logo? What are you talking about? I don't have a new logo. I have the same logo, right? Oh, you made me check. Yeah, it's the same logo. Hey, guys, take a minute and smash that like button for me, will you? Helps the algorithm. All right, so let's put this up here. Good. Thoughts on Elon Musk and him losing his marbles? Oh, that's so funny you would ask that. We were just talking about Elon Musk. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? It's, like I said, I sold my stocks because I don't know how to feel about them. I feel like, you know, it's not just about him. It's just the idea, like, how is this company going to make any money if he doesn't want to be friends with Republicans and he doesn't want to be friends with Democrats? I think he's isolating himself. Yeah. You know, he's not meant for politics. I think he's not meant for politics. He said he was diagnosed with like Asperger's or something like that, right? I don't remember. But if he really has Asperger's, why is he getting into politics? That's a white sleeve. So somebody needs to tap him on the shoulder and say he can't have everything in the world. Might want to just stick in your lane. You know, stay in your lane. Do what you're best at. Do what you're best at. He's good with technology. He's a visionary. He likes technology. I think if he dips too hard into politics, I think that could end poorly for him. I don't think he has the political instinct. Like, for example, when he did the Roman salute thing, I don't know, maybe he was just, you know, setting his heart out to everybody, but it looked awfully bad. And he just didn't have the instinct to know not to do that. And I bet all of the Republicans in that time period kind of shrunk when he did that. They went, oh, that guy's on our team? Oh, no. All right, here we have a lovely Sandshrew. And, of course, there's none for sale. Yes, I can't find one for sale at all. That would be because this is a very, 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 very rare card. Elon Sus. There's moments where I really like him and appreciate him. And then there's moments where I feel like maybe he's just a little crazy. He was considered the richest man in the world. Is he still the richest man in the world? Let me look it up for you guys. I'm going to look it up for you guys. All right, so this is going to say, who's the richest guy in the world? Okay, so we're looking up the richest guy in the world, besides the Saudi princes, right? As of July 2025, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, with a net worth around $400 billion. Bloomberg reports $365 billion, while Forbes pegs it at approximately $406 billion. Next up on the list is Larry Ellison, CEO of Oracle, Mark Zuckerberg, and then Jeff Bezos. So they are all CEOs who own large chunks of their own company, and those companies are largely successful. So he's the wealthiest man in the world, and maybe when you're on top like that, you just feel like, you know, you can do absolutely anything you want. But politics is a fascinating place because it doesn't really matter how much money you have. In fact, you could be somebody with very little money and humble beginnings and take down a huge Goliath of a target. Sometimes being very wealthy works against you in politics. So like you can have an Ocasio-Cortez come in and she wins the popularity contest. Being very wealthy doesn't mean you have political influence. But so that's what's so fascinating about it. And I think he can really crash his boat on the rocks if he's not careful. Only ribbon ship I feel welcome in is the TCC stream. Oh, that's so cool, man. Thanks for that. So this guy's going to be pricey, I'm afraid. All the cards from this particular poker set are pricey. I'm going to set him at my own price of $295. I like him a lot, and I'm not in any rush to get rid of this card. Hey, what's up, Dewan Wallace? How's it going, man? He's a super villain. I can't stop being excited about this. Hit a 2011 Zekrom Full Art PSA 10 the other day. Wow, that's great, man. It's great to hear that. I like to hear people getting new cards into their collection. You know, as time goes by, it's going to be harder and harder to get those cards into your collection because all of the packs will be opened. You ever think about that? One day there's no more vintage packs to open. In fact, they're all opened, right? So one day there's no more packs left to open. All the cards are accounted for. That I came up with this idea a long time ago when I was working on my Pokemon card collection years ago. I called it the True Pop. So everyone was learning about PSA populations and the concept of populations. And I was thinking ahead. I was saying, it's not the population on PSA's website that matters, but the True Pop. How many of these cards eventually will grade 10? That's the most important metric of all. And if you can predict that, you can kind of predict where to put all your money. So I was thinking a lot about that, and that's when I started buying into the Gold Star era sets, the EX era sets. I started investing a lot of money in there, even though really no one else was, because I felt that their True Pops would be weirdly lower than everyone else, than all the other sets. On top of that, if you pair that with the fact that they were Gold Star sets from Gen 3, I thought that that was just a really powerful combination of things. Okay, Larvitar, Poker. Oh, Piker. There we go. I've been buying vintage. So, Poker Larvitar is going to be $125. Oh, yeah. Mamma mia. Good. There we go. Very nice. All right. Oops. Wait a second. Let's go ahead and grab the Pupitar. Look at that Pupitar. Let's see. Pupitar is going to be... Grabbing this. Wow. This guy wants $1,000 for Poker Tyranitar. How crazy is that? Jesus. So it looks like here's a Pupitar for 97. Wait, is it 97 or 197? Oh, it's 97. Okay, good. Bloomberg tried to buy himself the Democratic nomination, and it failed miserably. Yeah, exactly. And so I don't think that the Republicans will necessarily look at Elon Musk and say, oh, Elon, we wish you would run for some sort of office. For example, we think you should get that electric car rebate from the U.S. government. The U.S. government should be giving you lots of money for your electric vehicles. I don't think that most Republicans are going to really relate to that. And then on the Democrat side, they're not going to say, ah, yes, the richest man in the world who helped install Donald Trump into office. Let's invite him back in because he's very wealthy or something like that. You know, so I think he's sort of lashing out and becoming friendless to some degree. And that's a behavior from somebody who, I don't know, might actually have his exact personality type. Who knows? Might be a personality type thing. All right, guys, let's see if there's any orders in the queue. So, here's Tim Frazier, Korean Rocket. Oh, heck yeah, dude. All right, so we got some Team Rocket for Tim Frazier. That would be, I can't remember your nickname anymore. It's been a while. Asian Tim? I can't remember. Let's see. Let me grab this. Tim, the time's going by, man. Divided by 1.7 brings out 29 packs for you, okay? 29 packs. I can't remember your nickname. It's been too long. Wow. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So wait a second. If it's 29, is that right? So that's just shy of 30. Is that, wait, is that just my menu price for a box of these? Give me a second. Oh, that's just the menu price for a box of these. I'm so silly. Okay, so you get a whole box of them for the cost of 29 packs. That's a good deal. Let me get you that box. That's a good deal because you get a guaranteed hit in there, and it's slightly cheaper to buy it this way. All right. I think his name was Asian Tim back in the day. Snip that. So I have an update on that neighbor who was doing the shouting at Alexis. I have an update. He came to my house today and knocked on my door. Knock, 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 knock. He was knocking a bunch. And I walked up, and I wasn't sure what to expect. His name's Jim. He's kind of a shorter guy. I was like, oh, yeah, I recognize you. I'd only met him one other time when he first knocked on my door to ask me to pay for the road. And he said hi, and I was like, hey, we need to talk about that thing. And he's like, yes. He goes, yes. He says, I didn't do that. I was like, what? He's like, I didn't shout at, whoever you had over at your house. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, the guy who shouted at your friend is the guy who lives right behind me. I was like, what? So we're placing all this blame on my neighbor, Jim, the guy who had asked me to pay for the road. And he and I had kind of an argument over the phone over the road. And it was not him who shouted at Alexis. There's a guy living right behind him who did the shouting. And he said they weren't even in St. Louis. I mean, they weren't even in Lake of the Ozarks at that time. They were in St. Louis. He says, I wasn't even here. I was in St. Louis. And he explained to me that the neighbor who shouted at Alexis uses our neighbor Jim's driveway. So it looks like it's Jim, the guy who wanted me to pay for the road, but it's not him. He says his driveway is being worked on, and so he parks in my driveway. So when your friend got yelled at, he then drove off into my driveway, and you thought it was me. How crazy is that? Also, he explained, break Jim's legs. No, Jim's a nice guy. We talked for a while. I got to know him a bit more. He got to know me a bit more. He's actually very nice. We ended up relating on a lot of things, actually. He lived a life very similar to me and Karis. How strange is that? Very similar, in fact. So we talked for a little while, just got to know each other. I was just curious who he was. And it turns out the guy who lives behind him is a horrible, horrible drunk. And he overdrinks all the time. And yesterday night, we heard what sounded like a fire truck come to the home. We heard a fire truck drive down our road. Kara's like, is that a fire truck? Some sort of first responder vehicle came in. And she's like, I think a fire truck's going down the road. It was an ambulance. It was picking up the guy who shouted at Alexis. So the theory now is he either had a heart attack or he overdrank or something. He probably overdrank. But apparently he is a severe drunk, and he got taken away in an ambulance yesterday. The exact guy who yelled at Alexis. So it's probably karma. That's why you don't do that. You don't yell at people. It's not right. I also mentioned to him, I was like, could he have been drunk driving? He's like, yes. He goes, probably drunk driving. And I was like, Jesus. So there you go. Now we know. Drugs, guys. But he was telling me a lot of stories, and I was telling him stories, and yeah, it was weird. He's a very relatable guy who lived a life kind of similar to me anyways. And so it's fun to know that. And he seemed very nice by the end of it all. So it was, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought it was you for some reason. It feels much better knowing it's not him. So here's Trobat. I almost called it Golbat. All right. This is for Asian Tim. Sounds like karma. Yeah, the guy who shouted at Alexis got taken away in an ambulance yesterday night. Karis was like, there's an emergency vehicle over there. She thought it was a fire truck. There was no alarm, but he was making like this really loud beeping noise. It was late at night. He overdrank. I don't know if he had like chest pain or if he was we assume he overdrank. But the guy, Jim, he was letting us know. He's like, yeah, that guy's a super drunk guy. And that's a sad thing, you gotta, if you're having, but so that would probably explain his behavior, why he was being so mean to Alexis. My bet is he had a conversation with Jim at some point about the road, and Jim probably told him that I didn't want to pay for a blacktop, and that guy probably said, well, then that guy can't use the road. So that's my assumption. And Jim he was not involved in that kind of stuff. I actually mentioned to him, I said, I heard that somebody shouts at the FedEx drivers and the UPS drivers. He says, yes, that guy. I go, oh. He's like, yeah, I don't do that. He said it almost like it's nuts. He's like, yeah, why would anyone? That's crazy stuff. I don't do that stuff. So he's, in fact, very normal. And he has a neighbor right next to him. And so as Karis and I were driving out to go get some food today, we slowed down to take a look at this guy's home. And in fact, yes, his driveway was getting torn up for some construction project. And so he would have parked into Jim's parking spot. Like he said, Jim's got a huge parking lot. So he's borrowing Jim's parking lot while he gets his road constructed. We also noted the whole guy's house is in shambles. There's just garbage everywhere. He has like just, I don't know how to, I think he used to have a fully constructed chicken coop or something like that at one point. It's in shambles. It's like completely destroyed and all over the place. And there's like tires and broken tractors and all the crazy things. So this guy is not taking care of his home. Maybe he's going through something. I don't know. But his house was a mess, dude. So we saw it all and we're like, oh, there's a crazy guy in our neighborhood. We didn't know that. Jim's house is so large, it hides the other guy's home. So it's so large you don't notice it as you drive by. It's just a small thing. We are Sneasel. And he leaves all this crap out in his yard, and it's a mess and an eyesore, and you just don't notice it because you're busy looking at Jim's nice home. Oh, Giovanni, look at that. Jim has a nice home, so you look at that as you drive by. You don't notice the other home. It's a small thing. There we go, Mewtwo. Alcoholics are usually going through something. Yeah. So anyways, mystery solved. How can anyone be so incredulous, if that's the right word, to yell at a young lady having car problems? Maybe because they are steaming and they should not be driving. All right, less beers, more pokies. That's right. Well, adults need more stuff to do other than just drinking. That's all you can do out here in Lake of the Ozarks, go drinking. What do you think of that round, Mr. Tim? I like the Spidops, but he's kind of a newer Pokemon. Orbeetle, no, he's bad. Raticate, I like Raticate when it's Team Rocket Raticate. I just don't know if I like this art style here. I would have wanted the Houndoom. Houndoom's the one. Houndoom, Weezing, and Wobbuffet. Those are my favorites. But the Houndoom especially, that card is killer. It's so good looking. All right, let's get this into your bag. Thanks for the order tonight, man. Appreciate it. My older brother was an alcoholic since he was 13. Died earlier in May. Oof. How old was he? That's some heavy stuff, That's Tim Tran. That's not you. We're looking for Tim Frazier. Aha, Tim Frazier. All right, Tim, so you got a bag that's about to expire. We got to ship this out to you. There it is. I like you a lot, Tim, because you're from the past. So I'm going to give you a bag update. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mark on the bag. I know who you are. I'm going to put a mark on the bag that you were here today. But you got to ship this out before 8:25, okay? But I don't want to ever take your bag from you. So I'm going to mark it 7:25. There we go. Very nice. I don't know. He was 40-ish. I haven't spoken to him for 15 years. Only learned of it through my mom. That's tough, man. I have some estranged brothers myself. Yeah, our whole family was a mess, dude. So I feel you guys. That's why a card shop's nice. You meet more people. If you got a family that maybe was a little on the cuckoo, a little crazy, it's nice to make friends with random people who maybe are a little more generous or nice. Hey, Zeus, my little bro, just OD'd. Hope you're doing well. Oh, man, dude. That's lots of news. A lot of people going through a lot of relatable issues. Okay, so what's next? We have an order from Mr. Adam Jordan Pashuis. Hey, Mr. I was planning on leaving it with you. Let's see. Okay, so Adam would like to be paid out. Well, that was the agreement. Let's pay you out. So, let's see. That's how commission slabs work. You absolutely can get. Oh, did you see that throw? Oh my God, that was a good throw. So there we have it. So Adam sent me some slabs to sell. I've been selling them for Adam. I get a little cut. He gets a cut. And it's a nice thing. Now he's getting paid out. Condolences for your younger brother. I just ate a giant bowl of cereal. All right. So, turn this down a bit more. I saw the price of a first edition fossil box today. I was looking at the price of vintage boxes after I heard that record-breaking price that a Sky Ridge box sold for. Man, I gotta say, you guys did not get a bad price on those fossil packs, especially people who got into the break early at $500 a piece. You guys did not get a bad deal on that. And here we are. Let me grab this. All right, so I have your exact email, and so now I can send that money to you. So Adam, you're in Canada, and it would be better for you and I to transact over Wise. You should get into that. Get a Wise app, okay? Wise app is better than PayPal app. PayPal takes too much money. So that's an important thing to master if you want to be a Pokemon card collector. learn all the payment systems, and learn how to get more money. So I'm sending you 174.5. There we go. And we're going to hit next. And we're going to hit friends and family for this one, because it allows me to send it to you to friends and family. I'm going to pay with PayPal. PayPal is now charging me a $5 fee, and I'm betting you're also getting a fee. That's why I'm betting. Okay, so I've sent the money over. And by the way, I want to check something. You know, I've got an old bank account, and I think that has money in it. I'm curious if it does, because that's where... I don't send money there very often, but sometimes that's where we drain the... Oops. Why does it... Oh my God, why is it designed to do this? Dude, this thing is so stupid. Okay, let's try this. And now it's frozen. What did Emily say? Emily said, one of my brothers overdosed on some type of gummies that had drugs in it. He was out for a whole night and day. So he overdosed, but is he alive? Is he okay? He made it? You can overdose and live. Sometimes when people say overdose, they mean like their sibling passed away. Sometimes they mean, you know, he just went to the hospital or something. Ah, there we go. This is working now. Is it working? Oh my dear Lord, why won't it load? Okay, fine. I won't check. Let's not check. Let's not go to the bank and check. We don't need to check the bank. Who cares about the bank? So now we got Mr. Tim shipping. Oh yeah, we're doing some shipping for Tim. Mr. Tim. Tim, I'm going to check your PayPal account to see what your latest address is. He's going into the Coast Guard soon. He's okay. That's good. That's good. Some people are not as lucky. How's life, Mr. Tim? Let me grab you all this. I hate this. Okay. Do these match? Yes, they do match. It looks like you've stayed in the same place. And how heavy is this? Don't forget to write 0 on my card. Yeah, I will. He did it because he had anxiety. I have anxiety too. I have anxiety that we won't get enough Pokemon cards. How about that? Printed on the first try. That was nice. Okay. Whew. I don't think Destined Rivals will drop. Demand too high. Oh, sure. Well, it could. It could. It just depends on how much Pokemon prints everything. I feel like we're in a time period where Pokemon has a chance to print a lot more cards now. But I don't know. Because I feel like we're not getting another Prismatic Evolution set in. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no insane drive for the current English set. We're going to be getting Black and White really soon. Here we are. I was going to say 0. There we go, 0. Got some nice 10s up here like Natu and Whiscash. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and rotate these. Cast Form for $50. Anthony Kalura card. That's pretty good. Here is a Ghastly. Here is a Giovanni's Gyarados. An Arcanine Karuta. And a Punch a Buns Hitmonchan. All right, what do we have here? Got some more car. Oh, we got some more stuff we can price up. So we've got a nice leaf green Vulpix. So we are kind of working on expensive slabs now. And I'm open-minded to red label slabs. Sometimes I take on a red label slab. If you guys have a recommendation, let me know. Has to be a slab that we believe is 100% going to go up in price over time. Okay, so this will be set to... I need a new marker. For anxiety, do something that builds your confidence. Here you are. All right, Mr. Tim's shipping is done. We have sent the money to our friend, Mr. Adam. Dark Dragonite. Dark Dragonite is a good card, but I do feel his price is very high. It's already very elevated. And I believe whoever puts something like Dark Dragonite into slab away could have a very serious struggle to pay that down. Cast form, what do you guys think of that slab? Only $50. That's not bad. Let me take a quick look into this. Cast form. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy cast form from Mr. Anthony Kalura right now. Here it is. Can you say pumpernickel? Yes. Let's see. Okay. He's at $276. Cool, man. Good. For slabs. For pay slabs. There we go. So this one shall go into the Pokey Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There it is. Cast form. Lovely cast form. I like that it's an English 10. Opossum and Cool Trainer Ryan broke up over Rev. What? There we go. Very nice, very nice. A lovely Giovanni's Gyarados. Let me promote one of the breaks. I want to promote one break and get it moving. The break that I like the most. I like this one right here. Coin Chansey has two $40 spots left, and then it's over. Coin Chansey. All right. Here's Mr. Hawk. He says 4 pay slabs. So I suspect that's for slab away. Is that what we're talking about here? Let's see. Any pricey non-Pokemon cards? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, you're paying off both of your slab away cards at the same time. That's so cool. Okay, so let me get those for you. Oops, my lint roller there sticking. That's so nice of you. Appreciate it, man. We don't have them together in a bag by chance, do we? What are they again? So you've got a PSA Magneton and a Mickey Mouse card. Okay, let's start looking for it. Robert Wright, Victor. Here's one. Okay. Lots of slab aways. Holy, dude. And 2. There it goes. Very nice. Ta-da! So nice 1935 Bubble Mickey Mouse card. Authentic. It's real. 1935. Awesome. Very good. So those are taken care of. Leonhardt over CTR all day. Still a very underrated card, but the 2024 World Champion Pikachu is still very cheap. Is it? Is it? Is it? All right. I'm not seeing any orders in the queue right now. We have an empty queue. It is a Sunday night. Sundays are generally slow. The 2 slowest days of the week are Sunday and Tuesday for some reason. Those are the slow days. We do tend to get a little bit better on Monday. I feel like it's because people went to bed, so they're not here. And then on Monday, they come back from work and they're like, oh my God, I'm so tired from work. I want to open some cards, baby. This is a nice card. This is Vending Series Venonat, and it is recently graded. How nice. Actually, that's so nice. That could go in the live customs. Yeah, let's get them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a nice 5-card spot. That's really nice. I like those. Those Pokepokies are beautiful. Yes, they're a little on the pricey side, but that's because they're from the exceptionally rare green deck. Leaf green deck. That makes them far more rare than usual poker cards. There it is. So we have them at a little bit of a premium. Not insane. I mean, look at this Alakazam. He's also 300. So it's not outside of the realm. But we're not giving those leaf green cards out for free or anything. They're really nice. Here we are. Here we are. All right, cool. Ta-da! Lovely. Yeah, so Karis and I, we watched the Liver King show, the Liver King Netflix documentary. Did you guys watch that? Who here has watched that? You know what's crazy? In the documentary, he actually reveals that when he was younger, he did 2 really terrible things. They were talking about they said, how could you lie about being on steroids? And it's almost like it was almost like he was admitting that he's kind of a scam artist. Because what he follows up that question with, he talks about when he was younger, he used to steal huge amounts of money from GNC by running a scam. GNC, the supplement store. And then after that, he said he even printed fake US dollars in his apartment when he was kind of college aged or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not exactly the kind of things to brag about, in my opinion. Like, holy, did he know that was going into the show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Yeah, he said he did a trick where somebody would return something to GNC and that product had to be thrown away. And instead of throwing it away, he would keep it and the receipt, and he would return it a second time to a different GNC. And so he was effectively stealing. And he was like bragging about it. He was like bragging about stealing. Like, bro, what the... And then after that, he talked about printing fake U.S. federal dollars. I was like, isn't that like a super huge crime? Why would you admit to that? So definitely got a giant ego, so large that he gonna get himself thrown into jail or charges or something. I mean, he's a guy of means. If I was a federal agent, I'd say maybe we should investigate this because this guy can actually pay the government something back. You know, he's got money. So I don't know who does that. Who prints U.S. dollars? That's crazy, dude. You don't do that. It's horrible. Yeah, he was not right. It's almost like surreal. Right, yeah, he's self-snitching. So he admits he's a con. Yeah, exactly. So it just didn't make any sense, man. Like, the guy asked him, why would you do that? And you'd think he'd say something that makes sense, you know? You'd think he'd say something like, oh, it was a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Please forgive me. He didn't say that. He goes, well, you know, when I was younger and I worked for GNC, I was the youngest manager at GNC. So he's got this giant ego. And, you know, sometimes people who have that need to constantly brag, it's sort of coming from a place of low self-esteem, like sort of like you need to build yourself up because you actually feel kind of bad about yourself. So anyways, he's bragging about stealing a lot of money from GNC. And I'm thinking, like, is GNC here? GNC, he's admitting it right on camera. Go get him, you know? And then I don't know about the printing federal dollars. Like, he said that he figured out how to print fake U.S. money. And that he did that a whole bunch when he was younger. And it's like, bro, that is not worth bragging about. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Here's Oma Star. Ooh, that could easily go into the live custom. That's a good one. I printed US dollars, 8x11 ones. What? 8x11. Pokies and Patrons or Weiss and Whiskey. Oh, my eyes are so itchy. When that pre-workout hits, print Pokemon dollars. Oh. It was also kind of creepy to hear how his wife was in on the lie about his steroid use. Kind of makes you think that the whole thing, the whole scam isn't just him. He's found this girlfriend, his wife, who also doesn't mind spreading a very foul lie in order to sell supplements. You know, it's fraud. It's fraud. If you're sort of promoting a lifestyle, promoting your health, and it turns out you were just using steroids, but you're kind of claiming, oh, well, it's because I eat liver and crap like that. That's, you know, I guess he had a class action lawsuit on him at one point over that or something. I think it got dropped, though. But, yeah, it's crazy, man. It was, I didn't like the way it sounded. And then nowadays, I guess he's going a little crazy, you know, telling Joe Rogan, hey, I'm coming for you, man. So, I don't know. Interesting story. Very fun to watch. What do you think? Why do you think people are like that? You know, manic maybe? Manic? It's got to be like manic or mania or something like that. I don't know how to describe it any other way. Here is a lovely Pidgeot, $65. Off to the Poke Shuffles he goes. We'll put this one in for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think he was lying about doing that too. He's just a habitual liar. Who knows, man? Who knows? Here we are. All right. Very nice. Here's Pidgeot. I feel really sorry for his sons, and they all seem really awkward. The sons do, you know. They don't have whatever he has, they don't have it. The pizzazz, the craziness, they don't have it. The showmanship. They're just like normal, you know, whatever they are. Goofballs. We are. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to watch. Yeah, the boys come out more like their mother than like their father, so it's a funny thing. Let's see. Liver Queen. She's a killer, man. What kind of wife you got there? Now, I like dangerous women. It's a sexy thing. Here we are. I don't like girls who are too scared, maybe. Like they won't go in, you know? Like, come on, we got to get this done. All right, Steven Gonzalez for Team Rocket. You got it, man. How have the Poke Shuffles been lately? Well, there hasn't been much in them at all. So I've been trying to add some stuff to them because they were almost empty. So we are adding some fresh ones in. Divided by 1.7. So you want 8 of the Korean Rocket. Yes, sir, Mr. Steven. How are you today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like your wife? No, my wife's a total pushover. Maybe that's why, maybe it's better that way. We are. I don't want to end up like Liver King. Sometimes the way he feels more like the, what would you say? Sometimes Liver King feels like the prop. He's a prop. And maybe Liver Queen might quietly be the spider behind it all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She gives off a little quiet, confident feeling. And it's like, what do you do? What kind of thinking do you do for the team? Look at this Regirock. Ooh, Regirock. All right. Here's a cold one. Here's Chorbeetle. There you go. Karis is very nice. She couldn't hurt a fly. She's not capable of it. It is. Okay, cold. My sisters were not nice. They could do a lot. They were vicious people. I think it was something in my family that made us all a little bit vicious. Hyper competitive, maybe. Maybe it just comes with coming from a family of 11 kids. But I don't know, because we met other large families that weren't necessarily like that. The Price family, last name was Price. The Lobers. Yeah, they were just nice people. They were like humble. I don't know. People in my family were, well, everyone in my family was like a comedian. I remember that. Everyone loved jokes and impressions and conversation. But man, it was fiercely competitive in my family. All right, Mr. Steven. Let's see. Very nice. I totally got that vibe from her. Once my kids are older and moved out, I'm kicking my kid's mom out. I'm never letting another woman live with me again. Hallelujah. What? Whoa. There it is. All right. That got to stick to the plan. I don't know, man. Woo. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry if you guys are struggling. Let's see. You didn't get your own box by chance, did you, Steven? New bag. All right, new bag time. Okay. So you pulled a nice Regirock SR. Not bad, man. Picking that up in just 8 packs. Hey, what's up, Mr. Austin? I like the cast form. Underrated to me. Yeah, it's a nice Pokemon. He was kind of like the Ditto of that time period. All right. It was a clever idea because there wasn't a weather Pokemon like that yet. Okay. All right. Fresh baggie. I should have a bag. Oh, okay. I should have a bag. One that's being shipped or one that is sitting here with me? Well, it would be in the ST box then. Let's see. Stanley, Solomon, Steven Mitz, Spaghetti. I think you shipped it out. Yeah, it hasn't officially been packed up yet, I'm pretty sure. But if it's been placed down in the shipping area, I can't add to it anymore at this point. It's too far along in the process. We are. Very nice. Pretty sure he says, oh, okay, I can't remember. Yeah, you guys enjoy the shipping a little bit. Let's see. Here's... Aha, Mr. Hawk says, for 10 Pokey Shuffles. You got it, Mr. Hawk. Let's see what happens. All right, we'll toss this. Let's toss it in the middle for fun. There goes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to pick up 2 live customs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, it's like you overpaid for 2 live customs. It's not a bad situation if you can just pull something out of the live custom box. Let's see what happens. So it's all down to this now. That's a cold one. And... no luck. 2 cold ones in the live custom. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes people get that 2 live customs out of the Pokey Shuffle and pull a humongous card out of there. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hawk. Let's see. Cold. Mister, I sent you a message on Discord. Let's take a quick look at that. Alex sent me a message. Oh, here it is. Is it this? Okay, let's see. Do you have the tag Rayquaza from the All Slabs channel? I would like to slab it away. You can price check it if you need it to. It's the Rayquaza VMAX, is it not? I believe that's been taken... was it in English? I believe it's been taken down. It's not available anymore. That one's been put into a box to be held for breaks in the future. So it was available for sale for a while, and after it didn't sell for a while, we've moved it off into the breaks box. All right. I apologize for that. Ooh, Charizard. What a lovely card. So let's try and find this Charizard. I'm glad you asked ahead of time. Saved yourself a little trouble. I probably ought to have a note on that one. Sometimes when I remove cards like that, I don't update the channel at all because I don't want to go. I don't want to go scrolling through the whole thing. All right, so what do we have here? So a tag 10 on this is $60. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do $31 each, I think, which would be nice because it'll cover the PayPal fees. And I think it will still move because it's such a nice one. There it goes. So we have a new gym break for those of you who like small breaks. Good. Gym Battles Brewing. Oh, it's so funny you would say gym battles. All right, so our next order also comes from Mr. Hawk. Thank you, Hawk. Keeping us running. I love it. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see what happens for you. You guys ready for this? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the Golem coin is like a $70 coin, I think, and you just pulled him for $50, so that's not bad. Here he is. Yes, he's a $69 NGC graded Pokemon coin from 1999. Beautiful. Pretty cool. I like it. Playing Warzone. When do you think PSA will back down to $15 a card? To be honest, probably never. Probably never. Maybe if the hobby cools off really hard. So that's possible. Remember, year over year, we have an inflation rate of 2%. So if it's been 6 years, it should be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Right? See what I'm saying? So the price should be around $15 anyways, just from inflation over time. And of course, inflation was really bad for a couple of years too. So the cost of living didn't go down for those guys working at PSA. There it is. It went up. Kind of spelled the W in your name wrong. Spell it like a U, so I had to draw another U. There we go. So I don't see it getting any cheaper anytime soon. I think that's the correct price on it at this point. Ooh, what a nice Ivysaur. So Ivysaur shall be going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 spots for one thing in that box. So when you buy, 10 spots in a row and it's cold, you might have just swept a coin that is costing 15 spots. Okay. Wages will never keep up with inflation. Got to keep the commoners poor. They could, though. They could. It's possible. Here's a couple things that have kept people poor, I think. So it's always the same story. If there's an expansion of the labor market, so, for example, if Nike tennis shoes can stop paying an American to make the shoe, and they send the shoe off to, I don't know, Indonesia and make Indonesian make it for like $2 an hour. So they've found out how to buy labor very cheap. And there's already a lot of products that do that, a ton of products. It's sort of what's made the cost of living over in America very affordable is finding cheap labor around the world to produce a good. And so, as that continues, that labor over there is not going to change much, true. But that shouldn't affect us over here as much unless those jobs were to come back, in which case demand for labor in America would rise, or if all of a sudden we had fewer workers. Now, we had an expansion within the country itself of workers in two ways. Immigrants, and at some point, everyone's wives started working. It became common for women to work rather than to stay home and have children. So now men and women work and have one, maybe two kids. Back in the day, you might have like 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, and that would have just been normal. Now you maybe have one kid. They have that. It's a massive problem in Korea right now. Korea, they have a catastrophic population decline. And so if something were to change about that, let's say America were to stop bringing anyone new in, which could be catastrophic in different ways, by the way. And let's say women said, you know what, I don't want to work. I don't want to go to college. I want to have children of my own. Instead of watching rich women have children, I want to have children of my own. And then, because rich women, they don't have this problem. Rich women, they're so wealthy, they can just have children. But it's usually actually poor women who can't afford to have them because you have to have like a very wealthy husband that can provide. And so he must be earning like twice the normal amount, right, in order to feel comfortable. Yeah, if your husband earns $500,000, you don't have to go to college. You can just get married and have children. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the paradigm now. All right, let's see. So we did that for Mr. Huck, and he ordered another 10. Let's just make sure there's not another order in the queue. So if there's some sort of change in the labor market where there's fewer workers, pay rates could go up. Kara Nichols, 40 off my slab away. How much do I owe now? Hello, Kara Nichols. Let's go take care of that. Just saw the new Jurassic movie. That was terrifying and so suspenseful. Nice. Always match your 401k and tax deductible investments. That's right. And then finally, at the age of 65, with your dying breaths, you can finally enjoy your money. Isn't that great? Isn't that sad, actually? I hate that, dude. Kirsten and I, we used to contribute the maximum amount to our 401ks. We don't do that anymore. That is against the common advice. Karis does not contribute the maximum amount of her money to the 401k anymore. That's because we do not want to retire at 65. That's crazy. All right, so Kara Nichols, you are down to $150. $150. Zero AJ the Great says it's 69 and a half now. How many people even live that long? It doesn't make any sense. The average age is 72. That's literally saying you get 3 years before, on average, you're dead. You get to retire 3 years before you pass away. So you either need to live into your 80s to enjoy retirement, live into your 80s, 70s and 80s, or you need to have some kind of trick for retiring way sooner. That's not right, man. It's just crazy. It's not right. The average age is 72 in America for men. For women, it's a little higher. I think it's like 3 or 4 years higher. So here's Crimson. Hey, it's Crimson. 3 Live Customs. My YouTube chat name is Crimson. Well, that's very easy because so is your PayPal name. All right, you ready? 3 Live Customs. 1, 2. Oh, very lucky, in fact. 3. There we go. That statistic also counts people who die early. Exactly. Which means many people die before reaching the age of 69. So there's going to be this huge group of people that just never retire. They just work and then they die. Year of the Dragon, MS70 Yellow. Hey, that's interesting. Let's go grab that. You pulled a very specific item out of our box. Here it is. All right, so it is this Year of the Dragon coin. Ooh. All right. Ow. I don't know if I put it in there for 160. That might have been the price I was selling it for, the coin in the past. Possible I put it in there for less than that. I don't think I looked the price up before we sold it. I'll peel this all the way out. That's a perfect in coin grading. That's right, MS70 is the top grade. Very cool. That's from the year 2024, which was the Year of the Dragon. Look how cool that is. Minted in Australia. You can see right here, Australia. It's got Queen Elizabeth. Very strange, almost. Here we are. Here's a scary thought. Trans people have a higher life expectancy than most others due to hormone therapy. Here we go. Let me grab this. Very nice. We'll grab this. Really? The Space Knight. Sub-step says, sometimes dying earlier is just genetic. But they unalive themselves. I know nothing about coins. It's that good. This is a lovely coin that is something you could hold on to for a very long time, and it would move up in value over the years. It's a nice thing to have in your collection. If you've never held silver, you should hold it in your hand, okay? Because you'll feel a natural instinct for it. You'll be like, oh, this is good. When you hold silver and gold in your hand, your mind knows you've got something valuable. And it explains why in the past, societies used silver and gold to trade. Silver and gold, an antiquated currency, but still a desirable collector's item now. All right. Maybe not antiquated because it's not digital, it's real. You know, everyone touts the power of digital items, right? Like NFTs, for example. We saw what happened with the NFTs. They went to zero. But, you know, a lot of the US dollars are just a number in a database these days. You guys know that, right? It's just digital stuff. And it's kind of a scary thought because that means it's technically it's hackable. It's hackable. It's disruptible. You know, like if a solar flare came down and wiped out all our, like a big EMP comes out, wipes it all out for a while. People with physically valuable items have a small edge for a while, and who knows how long it lasts. Maybe it lasts a long time. But yeah, I mean, maybe not a bad idea to have a little bit of silver and gold in the case of a catastrophic event. And besides that, they go up in value anyways. So, next up, we got Mr. Jonathan Bagunas. He says, get me in the gym break. You got it, man. Now, the gym break is actually $34, so you're about $3 short on that, but I'm going to toss you in there while you're thinking about that. Oh, wait, it needs to be one of these. The Space Knights, what's your thoughts on Lily Tino Space? Okay, it is Lily Tino Space. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, we stopped contributing the maximum amount to 401k. Karis has a nice chunk of money in her 401k. She doesn't even like that it's there because she can't touch it. She can't access it. It's money that she earned that she now cannot use to buy a home with. We want to move, right? There's a huge chunk of money in her 401k. She can't use it until she's 65. All right. Why would it be so bad to invest in real estate as opposed to the stinky stock market, you know? So we could have used her savings, her retirement savings to buy the next home. That would have been an investment as well, because we could have moved out of this one and rented it out to someone, or sold it, pulled the money out, and then used it to pay down the current home or the new home and avoid that 7% mortgage interest. So yeah, your government just gives you a tax incentive to lock your own money up, and then you may spend it when you're 65 or whatever the number is. Ah, yes, because that's what I'm going to care about when I'm 65. I mean, it's nice to have money at 65, but that's for 30. We got 30 years. 30 years to have fun, and we can't access our own money because we were talked into that. It's crazy, man. 30 years, you can't access your own money. Yeah, on 401ks, I think that they make sense for people to use and take advantage of, but sometimes they also stop you from being able to invest the money in smarter ways or ways that are more punctual or immediately useful. Look at that. Total of 4 spots needed for the jungle break. I do hope you change your lifestyle if you're at your dying breath at 65. Well, I mean, you can't say that. There's children who get cancer. What does that tell you? Children get cancer. They didn't do something. It's just bad luck, you know. You got a piece of DNA that goes bad, and then, you know, too bad for you. So, but yeah, and every year you get older, your odds go up that your piece of DNA goes bad this year. And so you can't do that. You can't say that to people. But obviously there are some people living a bad lifestyle, maybe me, who could improve it and live longer. But, you know, I think the bigger point here is that the age of 69 is a ridiculous age to retire. People should be retiring at 50 because you're still young enough to actually do stuff. People should be retired by 50. You should start work at 18, work for 32, yeah, I said that right, work for 32 years, and then retire at 50. That's how it should work. But it'll never happen. That would be ideal anyways. I wanted the Charizard gym break. Oh, I see. I got you. Okay, sorry about that. That makes a lot of sense of things. Very nice. So we'll toss this out. I might have been a little bit distracted there. Ready? Then it's taxed at 65. Right, and then they still tax it, but it's tax deferred for a while. So that's nice, you know. I guess it's an incentive. But anyway, she's got a nice chunk. She's been a software engineer for like 8 years. She's got a nice chunk. And so we're going to slow down our 401k and put that money into an active account. Here you go. Jonathan is in. We need one more person. We're going to put that money in an active account and focus on getting into a nice house together. That's what we want, you know, because your house is also an investment. Very nice. Do you know how much that coin is going for on the market? I'm a Pokemon kind of guy. I don't know anything about coins. Sure. So I think what you're trying to say is you want to know the value of the coin. Maybe you want to sell it. Is that what you want to do? Let's see. Oops. What was it called? It was called Year of the Dragon. Yellow. Oh, I typed in Tear of the Dragon. All right. So there's a couple of them. There's a couple of them here. Looks like 150, 120. This one's for 84. Is that right? Yeah, it looks like somebody just selling their personal coin for 84. Okay, 84. Okay, so that's it. There's a guy selling his for 84. That's the lowest price on one. Is that right? Is that the same coin? Yeah, it's the same coin. There it is. Coins are very liquid. They are also the most often to get postal if they get their pronouns wrong because you're reminding them of their original identity tied to trauma. Coins are very liquid. TCC will buy back from you at a certain percent. Do you know how much that coin is going for? I think 65 is a good age, personally. I'm not even 30 and I'm sick of this stuff. Yeah, so well, 65, I think a lot of people kind of grumble and they say, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? Because people, they don't try to have pie in the sky expectations, but 69 is too high. All right, so next up we got Mr. Hawk. 10 more Super Snipes. You ready? 10 more Super Snipes. Let's get it, man. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are. Would you like me to put it up on the table for commission? Yes. We've got the pig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here's Alakazam 10 minus 5. Oh, you got an Alakazam 10. Very nice. Let's take a quick look at that. Alakazam, huh? What could that be, I wonder? Is it a hollow? Oh, it's a hollow. All right, this time not too crazy, Mr. Hawk. I mean, you pulled a card, but you didn't go net positive. There we go. Beautiful card, though. I mean, take a look at the artwork. Did you guys ever notice how good that artwork is? It's good artwork. And it's Alakazam. He's one of those decent Pokemon. Rip, better than nothing. Waiting for that big payout to hit. There it goes. Very nice. And then let's see. Good. Here's a right on these. He's now at $45. So this PSA 9 Merlin 2 Ride-On is now $45, down from $70. How low can he go? We're waiting for one person to join this Charizard break. In the Charizard break, one person walks away with Charizard. How nice. Here's Glaceon. Ooh, nice. Quip's Blaziken. I'm going to set this over here. Not worried about that card for now. On top Quip, nobody wants it. Here's Hello Kitty. Meow. Here's Chansey Coin. We've got Pikachu. And we've got Squirtle. All right, Pikachu's definitely going up in that Poke Shuffle. He's first edition. That's super nice. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, good. PSA 9 first edition Pikachu. Yes, please. Oops. I'm like spelling his name wrong. Rikachu. Pikachu. And it's going to say 9. Also, this is another hit card. I inhaled a fruit fly. Ew, that's so nasty, dude. That is so freaking gross. I did that the other day. We were walking outside, 4th of July, and I don't know what I inhaled, but I inhaled some stupid-ass bug. Went right up my nostril. It's so annoying, dude. They also get in your eyes, too. Like a bug just flies into your eye like an idiot. It's like, what are you doing, bug? Did you want to die today? Bug flies in your eyeball. Now you're scraping out bits and pieces of it out of your eyes. So gross. Ooh, another Noctowl. That's a nice one. Wheezing for 150. The coin is kind of sick, too. Would you be willing to buy the coin back for a percentage and or do trades for slabs? I've been trying to find some great illustrations. Yes. So, you bought it for 3 spots in the live customs, and you got lucky and pulled it. And we just looked it up, and it was 84. How do you feel about selling it back to me for 65? You basically get all your money back. You're like at square one. You got an extra $5. Thing is, if it's going for 84, when I put it back in the live customs, it's going to go in for around that much because it's going to go back in is what's going to happen. So I got to ask a lower price than 84, and then it's going to go in around 84. I went outside last night to smoke a cigarette, and there was a beetle the size of my hand on my railing. Ew. Here we are. You think about that, it just resets you, and you walk away with a little bonus $5. But I can't go a lot higher than that because I got to be able to sell it for... I'm supposed to sell it for more than I buy it for it. So, for example, I could buy it back from you for 84 and then sell it for 84, which would be kind of nutty. So I got to go below 84. That's called a note beetle. Once you hear buzzing, you run. Look at that nice melodic. Oh, yeah. Melodic is tight. Tight like a tiger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'll be the -5 card. Okay. 2 mil Autic. 10 -5. There it is. Good. Lovely. All right. Filling up that Poke Shuffle again. Look at that nice dark wheezing. That's amazing, dude. Vintage dark wheezing. I don't know if I'll put that into the live customs. It doesn't have enough universal appeal almost. Here's a good one. Oh, I must have bought this from Yellen, huh? Because this is over there. I better write TCC on this so that I don't get it confused. All right. This is clearly something I must have bought it for the live customs or a break. This would do great in the live customs. Let's get him in the live customs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 4 on this guy. All right. And let's see. You know, I use these bulk cards. I wonder how many bulk cards I waste per year doing this. I really ought to just use energy cards, don't you think? Should be energy cards, not these bulk cards. Doesn't make any sense. There you go. Yeah, no, I'll keep using the bulk. I think it would do the bulk because it's about, you know, having the packs have an actual card in it. You know what I mean? Because I guess an energy card counts, but it's sort of ridiculous, isn't it? I think that's why I was thinking of doing it that way. I need money to buy more cards. That's right. Do you guys want any advice on making more money in life? Who wants advice on earning more money? Step number 1, crime doesn't pay. Don't break any rules. Don't do any scams. Make money the honest way. Be prepared to work your booty cheeks off. That's the trick. Do it the honest way. Yes. Be smart. What's a raw shuffle? A raw shuffle, it comes from this box. It works a lot like the Pokey Shuffle, but instead of getting graded cards, you get ungraded cards. It works just like the Pokey Shuffle. You wouldn't believe it, but I have an enormous amount of raw cards all the time. All right, let's see what we have now. The queue is all caught up. We have 76 viewers in the first hour of the stream. You know, that's crazy, because on Saturday, we had like 81 viewers in like the first 30 minutes. And so we were like twice that time period, and now we only have 76 viewers. Shows you that the day of the week matters a lot. So you guys think about what you want to do next. This needs about, 4 people left or something like that? There's 4 people in here, I believe. I'm going to go grab a quick drink. My glass is empty, so I'm going to go fill this up. And you guys think about what you want next. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, here I am. Don't recommend moving to Texas right now. Flood happening. Yeah, that could have been really bad for us. We were living in the wrong place. Do you have any cool illustration rare graded cards around the coin trade comp price? So you're looking for a $60 card. Well, we have a Discord server with all my slabs having their picture taken. So you can see all my slabs, actually. And you might be able to find something in there. The answer is we have a huge box of cards right next to me. I just can't rotate through all those slabs. It's too many. So, like, look. Ursaring, Ghastly, Nazgul. Here's a cheaper Larvitar. Oh, so this needs to go up in price. Here's Nazgul Terror. Here's Leaf Green Hunter. Here's a Geodude for 170. That seems underpriced. Do they have prices on all of them? Yeah, exactly. They all got price tags on them. It's in a channel called All Slabs June. All Slabs June. There's also the Pricey channel, which we're working on right now. So everything's in rotation. We make, a fresh channel. We take a picture of everything. And then as a month goes by, we just do it all over again. It's like a little ongoing thing we work on all the time. Here's a nice little Pichu. Look at that Pichu. He's cute. Holy hell. I wonder how much this Pichu goes for now. Scooby-Doo, ba-doobie. Excuse me. All right, so Pichu. Pichu! Do-do-do-do. Oops, come on now. How many of these are there? This is super, super, super common. It's a very nice card. Okay. I mean, it's not the most insane card ever. those baby Pokemon with the coin flip were cool. Oh, Scooby Buns. All right, so this guy shall be a red label card. Good. This is a kind of card we could just quickly host a break on it, couldn't we? Wouldn't be that hard. Hey, yo, let me get that Chew. Pichu a hold. Those cards aren't that easy to grade 10. Do you guys think we should just turn this into a break real fast? You know, none of the other breaks have moved too much in the recent day or two. Little Pichu break. Yeah, maybe we just do a break on this real fast. Let's test the breakability of this. Give me a minute here, guys. We'll set the break to $200, but we're going to have an additional spot, and the additional spot will be a star spot. Okay, so it will be 1 in 6 star spot. Okay. All right, so there we have it. And this needs a title. Yet another break on the table. Do more OP manga breaks. There, Pichu. All right, very nice. Ooh, look at that. We do have a manga break. I guess nobody wants into it. Let's see, where to go. Maybe you guys aren't a big fan of that particular character. There it is. So, Mr. Hawk is done. Call it the lightning break because it's going to go off in 20 minutes. Not necessarily. Did we open Mr. Hawk's 2 live customs? Mr. Hawk, have we done that for you? I actually can't remember. Still lit up like we haven't done it. I needed a pick-me-up, so I rewatched me getting the Victini AR and then the Umbreon AR. You should make a whole compilation of your best pulls, Six. How cool would that be? Oh, man, that tastes good. All right. So, I don't think we've done it. I don't think we've done his live customs, have we? Have we? Mr. Hawk, did we do those live customs? Am I remembering it wrong? Ooh, look at that Charizard. Ooh. Mr. Asmer sending in for the Marshall D. Teach. All right, give me a moment with that. I'd slab that manga away if no one is in the break yet. Currently, there are some people in the break. Yes? Okay. They would like to have it broken. All right, appreciate you jumping in there. All right. Which one is more rare in your opinion? Topps Pokemon Series 1 Charizard non-foil, PSA 10 blue logo versus red logo. Okay, hold on. Let me put this away, and then I can help you think about it. Here we are. All right. So up to 3. Wow, progress. I'll teach you. I'm eyeing the Execute Illustration Rare from Searching Sparks, but I'm still looking. That one's sold. Sorry about that. Sometimes, what date is that on the Discord server? Does it show the day of the post? It is. That's moved a little bit. Now this Burger King Charizard card, how's that gonna do? Top Series 1 Charizard. Okay, so you're saying the PSA 10 blue logo versus the red logo. So the red logo is by far way more rare. PSA 10 red logo is much more rare. Okay, this is going to say Burger. Burger King. Gold. All right. I've only got the one of these to sell. That is the gold-plated Burger King Gold Charizard. Super cool. Okay. I forgot I did a Poke Custom. I had to deal with my dog and cat. Did I get anything? Ah, so you haven't done it. Let me open that for you. Okay. I don't think I've opened them. 1, 2. All right. That's 2 cold ones. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. 2 cold live customs. Oops. So I did 3. How many did the other person order? He's asking someone if they had their live customs pulled. I was just wondering if they were supposed to go before you or not, because I didn't see them pull for the guy yet. So Crimson went way before Mr. Hawk, and then Hawk ordered 2, and those 2 are cold. So Mr. Crimson ordered his quite a bit before Mr. Hawk did. Okay, so let me jump over here. Yes. Thanks, guys. Red logo it is then. Yeah, red logo is way better. It works kind of like this. The rarest logos are the green and the red one. Blue and black are not that rare. Blue typically suggests Print Wave 1, which there was quite a lot of that. Print Wave 2 would have been the black logo. Also, the international prints are black logo. Print Wave 3 is complex. It can have red logo and black logo in it, although it depends on which one went, which round. So we don't actually know if the red logo was the 3rd wave or the 4th wave. Might have been the 4th wave. And then the same with the green logo. The green logo will have that nice green color to it, and it's just a separate print wave that they didn't do a whole lot of. I find the red wave's the hardest one to find, followed by the green wave. All right. I should make a compilation because Mr. always pulls me heat. Yeah, so if every time, let's say you had like a document or something where you could just post a link to each YouTube live stream that you pull something crazy in. What you can do is you can create a timestamp link, because it's really easy to share a video with a timestamp. So just make a timestamp link and stack those all up in a document. And then one day just chop up the videos and put them into a compilation for yourself. That's your content too. That's the way I see it. So if I open cards for you guys, you have full rights to download the stream and use that part of the stream where you're opening stuff. It's all yours. So you can make any video you want and post it as long as it's, your pulls. And so if I were you, if you've pulled all these fantastic cards, by now you could have put together a really big compilation of your best pulls and click on your own video and see your best moments over the years, because maybe 10 years later, you're like, man, remember that time I used to spend all my money opening Pokemon cards? And you click on that video and you see all your crazy moments. It definitely is part of the nostalgia. But all those moments are still up live, so they're available if you're willing to dig through them. Out of all the streams I've been in, you pull me the best pulls. I'm too lucky here. You've gotten very lucky. I feel good for you. Yeah, I like to see that stuff. So, what is this? Oh, wow. Nice Radiant Charizard. That's so this is one we graded a long time ago. We probably graded this in 2022. Look at the number, 2,142. I think John was working for me by that point. Nice. We didn't do pristine grades yet at that point. I decided later we would do pristine grades. Okay, and what are these? Cross grade BGS. Ooh. Oh, Bigfoot. Karma is real. Okay. What happened to John? John got himself in trouble, and so he couldn't work for me anymore. That's what happened. All right. That's how it goes. I'm going to put this over here. Don't recommend it to anybody to get yourself in trouble. Oh man, these are so beautiful. Oh my God, these cards are so nice. Just looking at my box over here. I love looking at my collection. Oh my gosh, I love collecting. Ugh. All right. What's the most recent count on your TCC grades? It's like 10,400 or something like that, somewhere in that range. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got a Jumpluff 9, huh? That's interesting. Did I put this to the side because I wanted to potentially crack it? Is that what I wanted? No, he's off center on the bottom. It's pretty obvious. So what's going on with this Jumpluff? Troy would never. He's a good boy. Yeah, exactly. I think so too. So here's PSA 9 Jumpluff Neo Japanese. Okay. All right. I've got a contractor working on the house, by the way, the one that he was living in. So some of you guys are pretty new to our group. And what I did was I bought a small rental unit so that somebody could move to me and work with me on the grading. And I thought that was a super great idea. I was like, it's going to be so cool and so fun. And maybe for a while it kind of was. It was kind of a cool, fun thing. But, you know, it doesn't work out if you have to fire the person. If you have to fire them and let them go, it doesn't work out. So it's a pretty bad situation at that point because your tenant loses their income too. So it's a real nasty situation. And so anyways, he was a heavy smoker and not terribly clean. So the house smells like really bad. The house smells really, really bad. And we're going to have to de-smoke it. We're going to have to tear up all the carpets. We're going to have to paint all the walls. We're going to have to clean the ventilation systems. In the ventilation. We're going to have to do all that. We finally found a contractor that with the cheaper price, so hopefully he does a good job. Only $7,000. Cares pulled money out of my account tonight. So I'm $7,000 poorer now. It was all worth it. Jeez, man. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to pop this in here. Here we are. So that's 35. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd be nice if John offered to pitch in a little bit, but I kind of don't think he can. I suspect he's got to take care of himself first, you know, so I get it. I just wish he had been cleaner, I guess. Here we are. People, everyone's different, and you will not make a lot of friends if you stink a place up too much. 7K is a good price for that work. That's why we thought so too, because we had some quotes as high as $20,000. It's a man who does his own contract work, and his wife works with him on the contract work. He had a website showing off some of the stuff he's done, and so we're going with him. He's a local. We're hoping he does a great job and beats his competitors with the price, and he's getting paid some of it up front and some of it later when it's done. So, and Karis and I have gotten real sharp about that because we've learned from other contractors. We had this one guy, he replaced our window. We had a bad window in this house, had a bad window. And Karis paid him off, and he didn't finish the job. And he just disappeared. Won't talk to you or anything. So what he had effectively installed the window, so that part was good. And then the inside trim was swapped. He skipped the last step where you have to actually finish the wood. So now we just got raw wood on the inside of the home. It looks stupid as hell. Looks like a construction project. And we're just leaving it that way until we want to actually renovate and move. But he was supposed to finish that portion. He was supposed to actually paint that. And then he left all of his trash, everything, all the broken wood and all that he removed, he just left it all in the yard. He didn't clean it up. That was part of the agreement too. He was supposed to finish the inside and take the trash away. He didn't do it. The moment he got the second half of the payment, he was gone. He was like, I'm not touching that. So, yeah, we learned our lesson. Karis did anyways. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That was Karis. Come on, Karis. What are you doing? All right, so Mr. Hawk, he says for live customs. 3 live customs. You got it, man. Good luck. We got 1, 2, 3. No! Be careful, Mr. Hawk. The live customs are known to wreck you. The live customs are a dangerous, treacherous thing full of snipers and campers. Okay, so be careful. Here is the King of Spades. And here is Chikorita. Omita. Here's Star Wars Darth Vader. Articuno Prism. That's a nice card. And Bulbasaur. It's Bulbasaur. Wow, this Articuno is real nice. I'm going to put him in for 160, I think. He got to go in here. That's a vintage card. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mr. loves it raw. What? Well, that's why I like sushi. So delicious. Dude, I'm over sushi a little bit. I used to love sushi so much. I was like, sushi, you don't eat sushi? Oh, sushi, bro, sushi. I'm a little bit over it. It's just okay, isn't it? I used to think sushi was so delicious and exotic. I was like, it's just rice. Tons of rice. How would you like to eat tons of rice with a crappy piece of meat? I need to go to like Japan. I bet they get the good sushi in Japan, man. But they got the best sushi. I got to go to New York and get sushi or something. I'm out here getting sushi at the local grocery stores. I mean, they come in and they make it fresh. It's not terrible. I don't know. I've tried a lot of tuna rolls at a lot of different restaurants over the years. Japanese steakhouses. I had some in Florida. I had some in Branson. We used to get it all the time in St. Louis. St. Louis is a city, right? I don't know. I'm a little tired of it. It's just okay. I think ramen is where it's at, guys. Ramen is the true guilty pleasure. Sushi's just sushi. There you go. All right. Oh no, can't do sashimi. I've done sashimi before. It's all right. You just get big chunks of salmon, big chunks of tuna, and you're just like, all right, here I am eating raw fish. And it is better with the rice. I think the rice adds something to it. Kind of like you could just have a big slice of cheese and a big slice of ham and eat those, or you can put them on pizza, or you can put them on a sandwich. The bread adds a lot. It makes it much better. It's like a flavor foil or something. I don't know. It's a vehicle. Can you show the Golden Charizard from Burger King? Where is my burger? Here it is. Whoa! The famous Burger King Charizard, graded PSA 6 very recently, mind you. So that is their official grade, and it is accurate because they just handed it out. And this is plated with real gold. I looked it up. That's real gold on this, but it's not very valuable, but it's a tiny bit of gold. Right? Hold on, let me double check. Thought I looked it up when I bought them. Do the 1999 Burger King Pokemon Charizard gold cards have actual gold on them? Yes, those 1999 Burger King Pokemon Charizard gold cards aren't solid gold, but they are real gold plated, not just colored metal. It's 23 karat apparently. So there you have it. They are real gold plating, 23K. Let's see. How much gold do you think it's worth? The gold content would be minimal if it's 23 karat gold and a plating thickness between 0.5 to 1.0 microns and a surface area of 12 to 15 square inches. So it might be a gold, it might be 0.00019 grams. Okay, so it does not have a very valuable melt value. It's like gold leaf, essentially. So it's not super valuable, but it's real gold, and I think that's exciting when you talk about, having a Pokemon card that's made out of gold. I think people like that kind of stuff. Can't get the paint to look real, so they just use a tiny amount. There's probably more gold in my Ethernet cable. Hey, man, if it's got gold on it, though, it's got gold on it. No denying it. If it's got a speck of gold, you got to be like, bro, have you seen my golden Charizard made out of gold? All right, what's this? Battle in the Sky, 75. Oh, my God, that's so good looking. I wanted, what, 75 for that? That got an 8. How'd it get an 8? I'm not above cracking these and sending them back out. All right. The surface isn't perfect on the back. Oh, or the front. It's got a surface issue right here. All right. That is indeed a PSA 8. Let's pop this into the live customs, guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't there a 20th anniversary Pikachu that's made out of actual gold? I love gold. I smelted my yoo-hoo in an unfortunate smelting accident. I don't remember how that goes. This is called Battle in the Skies. Battle in the Sky. Okay, that's an 8. It's like a flake coating over them. I took one of them and cut it in half before. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's like gold leaf. That's what I said, gold leaf. All right. All right. All right. We're having kind of a slow stream. Give me a chance to reload the Poke Shuffle and the live customs. That's kind of nice. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to see on the menu? Who's looking for something to buy, and what are you looking for? Look at that. Got to send that to BGS, huh? God, that would be great if that graded into a black label. Does it have a shot? Centering's not bad, but, you know, when we zoom in... Oops. No, that's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be tested for sure. Yeah, it's got to be tested. That's got to be tested. We want to see if it can get a black label. Imagine that comes back black label. That'd be a big deal. Metazoo Bigfoot. It's Metapoo. Do you sell half-price poker decks? Yeah. Yeah, could I just get that at half the price? Here's PSA 10. Bigfoot Kickstarter. Take a quick look into this Bigfoot Kickstarter. Wow. Wait, is this the reverse, though? Oh, I've got the reverse hollow. Poo. All right. Darn. There's not even a reverse hollow for sale. Yeah, I've got no clue. All right. It would probably stay 200. Let's leave them up on the table for now. I don't know if anyone will buy this, but he is available now. You got to have his picture taken like any card. Wow, we just cleared a stack of expensive cards here. All right. Hawk Kamek says he wants a Metazoo Hello Kitty. You got it, man. It's all you, man. No one else is ordering. Slow night tonight. Let's see. We were pretty busy yesterday. Did you guys see that? Yesterday was a busy night. But we are in the middle of July now. And there are no new card sets on the menu tonight. We are. We got those manga. Here we are. What do we got here? All right. We've got... Oops. There's Chibi Flatwood Monster. Cold. Very nice. All right. Ta-da. And let's see. You've probably got a bag over here. You got a bag? That's the first time you order something that requires a bag. Hey, I know where I can put this. Let's go find one of your slabs. Here it is. So we sold a couple slabs tonight. Here's a hollow. Ta-da! Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. Man, I'm about to move the Pokepot off the table. The Pokepot is stagnant. No one's donated to the Pokepot in a long time. Here is the Carddass Pokemons. Here is the Suicune. How to make some room and put something new up. Here's Kuromi. Here is Choicy. I have the Pokepot in really close proximity to my hands, but it's never being used. So it's on prime real estate. It should go sit somewhere to the side until someone finally orders it. What's the Pokepot? The Pokepot is a place where you can donate cards you don't want, and then we roll dice for you. We roll 4 dice per card that you donate. If you get 4 of a kind, you get half of all the Pokepot. See? So it's kind of like hitting a jackpot for fun. It's just cards that you donate, and it's a little fun with the cards you donate. And they're generally not worth anything, but I don't know. If you get like a huge amount of them, they add up. I sent Zeller a couple minutes ago. Let us check Zelle. Oh, ho, ho, Joshua, 2 Metazoo kitties. Oh, that's so funny. We just opened some Metazoo kitties. 2 Metazoo Nightfall. 2 Metazoo Nightfalls. Here we are. Ooh. Can I donate my Hello Kitty? Yes, you could. We could do that for you. This is for Joshua Ramos. Slip in this. I didn't know if it was still available. It's still available. No one's used it in a long time. That's all. It is. All right. There was a lot of interest in it at first, but it seems people slowed down for sure. Okay, you got Oklahoma Octopus, and here is Bones from the Earth. Boy, the Nightfall, it's a nice little feeling to it. Here's the Hello Kitty, Kuromi. Here's a little Kuromi. And here's Kuromi again, and Piazza Bird. Chibi Akiyalabopa. What? So Karis is off for Monday. Karis does not work this Monday. That could mean no daytime stream Monday. If you guys didn't know that, Karis is not working on Monday. She is on vacation. Typically, when she's on vacation, what that means is I'm on vacation. Yay! She will not want me working. She will want me hanging out with her. However, she did say she took Monday off so she could get some work done. So I don't know what that means. Let's see. Nothing here. I have multiple bags. Joshua Ramos. Oh, you're up top. That means, yes, you are Mr. Joshua Ramos with the multiple bags. Joshua Ramos hits. Joshua Ramos bag number 2. Joshua Ramos bag number 4. And who is this? Joseph Valenti and Joseph Valenti. Okay, this is Joseph Valenti's box now. And let's grab a thing to transport your cards in. Okay. Right, very nice. Oh. Let's take some of these out and pop them in here. All right. How was your weekend, guys? Give me some news. I want to hear some news. I want to hear how people are feeling. Yeah. Let's strike up a conversation. I want to do some talking. I like talking. You guys like talking? This Pokemon cards are one thing. Good conversation's another. Here's Joshua. So, Joshua, let's get you that label. All right. Most people have work today. That's true. In fact, they do. Okay, we'll just increase the weight on this. And we'll hit print. It's going to fight me. I know it's going to fight me. Oh my gosh, it won't give me a price. Thoughts on Elon's new political party? Yeah, that's so interesting you ask, because that's what people were talking about at the very beginning of the stream. People were talking about him making the new American party. My gut tells me it's not going to do very well at all. That is my gut. I've been wrong before, but he's too weird. He feels too isolated and eccentric at this point. Who is going to be in the American Party? All right. I think at best, though, he is able to split some of the vote and then say, hey, Democrats, court me, or hey, Republicans, court me. I think that's what he's going to try and do. The problem is he's a very easy political target for both Republicans and Democrats. So why would he want to stick his neck out and say, here, come after me, to, pretty savvy politicians? I don't consider Elon Musk the most savvy politician. There's much savvier politicians. So the left will utterly destroy him as an extremely greedy, out of control, most wealthy person in the entire world with $400 billion that probably need a tax raise. The amount of wealth that $400 billion is compared to the average person is just outrageous. And then you turn to the Republicans. Well, if he's going to stab Trump, Republicans probably will not rally around Elon. They're going to rally around Trump. That's what's going to happen. Trump's going to be like, we ended the electric vehicle rebate because it was unfair. And you think about it and you go, maybe it is unfair. Because it's not exactly a strong point for the Republicans. The electric vehicles was always more of a Democrat issue. So Republicans weren't chanting, we want electric vehicles. They weren't doing that. So I don't understand what he's going to do. Hey, we have Mr. Ahmad Arabi. He says 1 box of English OP06 using my credit. Hell yeah, dude. That's a big order. Does the big, beautiful bill benefit you in any way? I do not know. I still have not really looked into what that does. I've heard mixed things about it, though, from people who just kind of generalized the bill. So from my understanding, it just continues a tax cut that was already in place from his last term. So I guess that means my taxes didn't go up. But I assume that's true for virtually everybody. Okay, let me go get a box of English OP6. I don't hate that. Doesn't bother me. All right, here we are. Ta-da! I did hear about something really interesting in that bill. I heard that there's a new rule that says you cannot stay on Medicaid and Medicare if you are an able-bodied person with no dependents. Here we are. And I was like, holy hell. You could be able-bodied with no dependents and be on Medicaid? They changed the rule to be still very easy. You just have to have a job of 20 hours per, 20 hours a week? So to keep the Medicaid, you have to have a job of 20 hours a week. And, yeah, very interesting. That one's a bit more controversial, I suppose. What do you guys think about that one? I didn't know that was even a thing. I had no clue. Ooh. Ha-ha. Very nice. Wings of the Captain. Okay. What I heard is most people already work those hours, so it doesn't do much. Right. Well, it doesn't do much to the average person, but to somebody who's just receiving the money and not working at all, they'll have to go get a job now. I don't think that bothers me that much. Maybe I'm ignorant of it, though. So I'm always open-minded to hearing other people's points of views and ideas about the subject. But it's like 20 hours. I'm over here doing like 60 to 70 and paying a lot of taxes. If somebody can't work 60, 70, and I think the bill defined the person as someone who's able-bodied, receives the welfare, doesn't have dependents, and just doesn't want to have a job or something. I don't know. Allergic to work. I don't know. It's I just didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you could be in all of those criterias and then go pick up a paycheck. It's like, dang, dude, what am I working for? No, but maybe that's a bit presumptuous of me. Again, that I don't truly know how any of it works. Apparently, the bill lowers taxes and actually raises spending. So critics of the bill say that, well, this bill is going to put us into more national debt. And I guess some of my thoughts about that is I don't think either Republican or Democrat have proposed a bill that balances the budget and stops the spending. So I think the problem for the Democrats on it is they can't really get on the moral high ground about it because they're not planning on reducing the deficit either. Their plan is also to spend. So most of the fighting over that is within the Republican Party itself. Somebody like Rand Paul will say something like, hey, what are we going to do as the debt blows up into this unbelievable amount? And that's about it. And everyone just kind of puts their fingers in their ears and go, no, 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 no. We are. I can't hear you. What are you talking about? That's a them problem. This is now. Let's spend that money. That's a future person problem, not me. We are. But I don't think you can be a politician and run on, slashing benefits and raising taxes. It just, no one will agree with it. So I don't know. Buy gold, maybe. I don't know. Oh, here's Aramaki. I don't know what happens to the U.S. over time. The concept of money. Ooh, very nice. Forcing people with disabilities, like intellectually disabilities, into the workforce. Yeah, that is a tricky thing, because, for example, I remember I was watching a documentary on West Virginia. Did you know West Virginia is one of the biggest recipients of that free money? And Californians pay for that. So you take money out of California and you send it off to West Virginia. And what do they apply for? I got too much anxiety to work, something like that. And they were talking with some people. It was a documentary. I was watching a documentary going through the abuse of that system. And it was a boy talking about how his parents were coaching him on what to tell people at the government to get that government welfare. To say, I'm disabled, I can't work. So, and it's because I have mental disorders. And so he was getting coached on what to say and how to behave so that he could apply for that. And he was just a young man. Not only is that really bad for him in the building of his character and his new cynical view of the world, but it also is a type of theft. If you're just taking other people's money and you could have a job, that's not right. That's a kind of theft. It's a sort of legal theft. Like you haven't directly reached into anyone's pocket, but it is theft. You should get a job. It is. So, if a rule like that sort of punches that guy back out of the system and says, no, you need to go out there, you got to get a job. I'm not against that. I don't think that's a terrible thing. But there might be some legitimate people who fall through the cracks who are able-bodied but truly diminished from perhaps unfair mental faculties. It's never a perfect system, is it? It's never going to be a perfect system. You can either make it very easy to abuse or you can make it very hard to abuse. And I kind of lean toward the hard to abuse idea. We are. Life is hard for people. Life is hard in general. If you've got strong disabilities, it's like pushing a boulder uphill, I suppose. And, but that's also why there's charities. That's why you have church, faith in God and community that says, hey, my family's struggling. My children have disability. Please help. GoFundMe, you have the internet. You don't strictly need the government to tax everyone in California and then pay for everyone in West Virginia who has figured out how to manipulate the Medicare system to get big paychecks over something that potentially they don't even have. You see what I'm saying? So it's about how you believe a system ought to operate, and I think it's better to make it trickier to permanently obtain free money from the government as opposed to making it very easy to abuse that money out of the government. Again, it's if you create an easy to abuse system, then a lot of people will abuse it. That's the sad reality. People have no shame. They have no honor. They just go, how do I get as much money as possible? What's the strategy? They go, how do I get as much money? What do I do? I mean, look at the line people form to get Pokemon cards from the store. Did you guys see those lines? Did you guys see those huge lines for like Costco of people just trying to get Pokemon cards that they knew were going to be underpriced at MSRP? So if all those people are willing to go through that much hell to make like $20, how hard are people working to abuse a government welfare system, whether it be in America or in the UK or in Canada or anywhere? And so, I don't think it's a terrible thing to have checks on that every now and then because everyone who's working their butts off are the ones who provide for that. And it's people want to help people who are really in need. I really genuinely believe the majority of Americans and people around the world are good-hearted people, but that's why it's so important to have a good system so that you don't become jaded when you find out it's being horribly abused. Kind of like when somebody's homeless asking for money and you go, oh man, I should just help this homeless person. Then you give them like $20 and they stand up and they climb into a Mercedes-Benz. It turns out they were a fake beggar, right? Or somebody with stolen valor, or all these kind of creepy things you learn about. The more you learn about those tricks and abusers, you just start to feel a bit jaded about humanity itself, right? There's a word for that, isn't that? It's called, so it starts with an M, refers to a person who doesn't like humanity itself. I can't remember the word. But anyways, you kind of become that type the more you're exposed to that. And then when you hear about something full of money, look at that Nami. Look at that Yuta. Nice, dude. when you hear about something full of money like a welfare system, and you just think of the all the bad things you've seen already, you go, oh, that's definitely getting abused. You just assume it is. How many spots on the Tina and the Surging Sparks Pikachu break? Hey, what's up, Scuffa? So the Pikachu break will have 15 spots left. The Victini will have 19 spots left. Great question, man. All right. The churches help a lot, says Troy. Sure. And maybe that's one of the reasons why churches should remain untaxed. But you never know, because then you got like the prosperity churches and the guys who wear like, golden rings on their fingers, and they're driving away in a Rolls Royce. They got a private jet airplane and a $4 million ranch, or a $5, $6, $7, $8 million ranch house. $4 million these days is not that much. Now you gotta have $8 million ranch house. All the houses are double price now. Here's this card. Very nice. And we're looking for one more hit to pop out. Please, one more hit. Come on. That's too bad. All right. We did not get one more hit. In the automotive industry, we say that you have to be smarter than the tools you're using. It will create more middlemen like those who do taxes. Here it is. The best solution is higher standards for government employees that make those assessments. True, but that's not a very systemic way to do things, because you're just relying on the personality of the people you're hiring. And so you could be hiring a grumpy Republican, or you could be hiring a very empathetic Democrat, and those two different people could hand out very different benefits over the next 10 years if they work that job their whole life. It could be tremendous differences. Yeah. So having rules and systems is a better way to do it. All right. Middlemen, huh? Okay, here's Yuta. Freaking middlemen. Look at that Monkey D. Luffy. Look at that Nami. Sanji. Aramaki. That's it, really? You got these three right here. Okay, so I guess the Yuta counts as one of your hits. Ta-da! How was that box? Pretty tough. All right, wonderful. So let's put this in a baggie for you. Let's see if you already got a baggie. Mister's a sexy white man. Oh, yes. So sexy. Listen, it's so much trouble keeping all these girls off me all the time. Cardconomist, show us your Charizards again. Ladies, I'm trying to do my work type shit. Shake your dreads for us. Ladies. All right. I've got two sitting on my shelf. I think they'll stay sealed. Yeah? All right. So now we've got an order from our friend Hathim. He says 10 Metazoo Nightfall. You got it. 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9. Can we get one more pack? Pack over here. No, that would be too easy. All right, let me go get a fresh box. Be right back. Now, don't you guys strike up a conversation without me. I'll be very lonely. All right. Rip. Whew. Okay, fresh box. First edition Nightfall. So tonight we talked about Elon Musk. We talked still about the big beautiful bill. People are still talking about that. We talked a little bit about how it is tougher on social services recipients, Medicare recipients. I don't know much about the bill. I don't know if anyone knows much about it. Here we go. Does anyone know much about it? It is. Crazy Texas flooding. Oh, those poor girls passing away. So sad. The director of the camp where the flood hit the little girls, he died trying to rescue them. Man, that's such a What a way to go. It is. All right, you ready? I guess you can't be angry at him because he definitely wasn't a coward. All right. If the director had lived and all the girls died, you'd be like, screw that guy. You didn't have a system in place to protect my girls? But he died trying to save them, so that's the way to do it. There we are. You gotta respect that, you know? Snipping this. All right, Mr. Thim. What's crazy is you're opening up 10 of these for just 25 bucks. They're really not that expensive. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, apparently including these floods. Ready? So, yeah, apparently it was a flash flood. Crazy. Here's the Bandage Man of Cannon Beach. Okay. Bandage Man. Permafrost. There's Momo. What's a Momo? Hopefully we can redraw the maps regarding water lines. We've got Wood Devil of Coos County. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of blame going around on that flood, too. I saw a lot of people commenting that, well, it's because, the Republicans are not willing to spend money to stop flooding or something like that. And I don't know the validity of any of that because it's just another thing I don't have all the details to. But it's interesting how nowadays, whenever you see a natural disaster, you often see people talking in the comment section that it's because of climate change and Republicans didn't do enough to change it. And so it's become this heavily politicized thing when a natural disaster strikes. I'm 36. I'm almost 40 years old now. I've seen natural disasters my entire life. I've seen them my entire life. And when people died of natural disasters in the 90s and early 2000s, no one said that kind of thing. It just wasn't a thing. But now we're in the future, and that's what people say. They say, okay, so a natural disaster struck and people died. Must have been because of Republicans. They didn't spend enough money on climate change. And it's like, I'm not so sure that's... Oh, look at that Mothman. I'm not so sure if that's what's going on here, you know? It's just like... But I don't want to say for sure that it's also not the thing that's going on. I don't know all the facts. It's just heavily politicized now. Look at this Wendigo. Very nice. Here's Permafrost. Oh. Did you see someone was stabbed over Pokemon cards and got a glass jar in the back of one's head? What? Crazy, man. Stabbed in the back of the head. Or glass jar in the back of the head. Same guy got bottled and stabbed with the broken shards. Why was he getting stabbed? Tell me the story. I want to hear it. All right, here you go. You got a non-hollow Mothman and a non-hollow Wendigo. Guys, if you open this, you're looking for the hollow versions of these two cards right here. That's what you're looking for in this set, the Nightfall set. We will die from it. People just blame government on everything like natural disasters, which is natural disaster. He cut in line. Oh my God, dude. He cut in line for Pokemon. That is a dangerous activity. That is like reaching into someone's wallet and stealing their money. That's how bad that is now. Because, you know, if you can get the Pokemon cards at MSRP, you're typically getting it like 50% to 100% off. You know, you're paying half as much as you would have online. You know, so you're saving so much money. So you're just reaching in and you're stealing from somebody if you cut that line now. It's so serious. It's not like a line at a buffet for crab legs, which those can get pretty competitive too. This is a serious business now. You don't cut in line for the gold, right? If they're handing out gold nuggets, you may not cut in line and put your greedy paws out for gold nuggets. You gotta stand in line like everyone else did. That's crazy. But stabbing him, probably it's not the answer. But I don't know. It's like... I'm okay if people are scared of being stabbed if they jump in line. Like I would never do it. No way. You know, I'm staying out of jail. Like I said, I'll never poop in a jail cell. Because that's horrifying. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not upset at the idea that people might be afraid to get stabbed to cut in line, because that is serious business now. You're talking serious business. Crab legs, mister, are you hungry? I had crab legs today. The grocery store had very cheap crab legs. Very cheap. It was really, they were like lower quality, but they were yummy. I enjoyed it. All right, we're taking a picture of these for the expensive channel. Let's see. So here it is. Pricey July channel. All right. You cannot be stepping in on another man's Pokemon cards. That is serious business. Over 151. It was Pokemon 151. Is nobody gonna be taking my Pokemons? Stab, stab, stab. So the guy who did the stabbing, what, did he go to jail? Or he had to have gone to jail, right? You can't just stab people. I had this Absol for just $800 not that long ago. I got my Alakazam box at Menards. At Menards. I saw Dick's Sporting Good selling overpriced Pokemon ETBs. And I thought, this is it. This is the peak of the craziness. If Dick's Sporting Goods is selling Pokemon cards, this is it. We've peaked. It doesn't get any more crazy than this. Dick's Sporting Goods selling Pokemon cards. The opposite of sports. Nerd product. In a Dick's Sporting Goods. How did we reach this point? So, yeah, I'm convinced this is it. We have reached the apex moment. We've reached the pinnacle of the Pokemon insanity. It's gotta be on a downhill trajectory from here. There's just no way. I'm not selling anything, though. I'm hodling. I've got 20 years, right? So we're done with the first 6. I got 14 years to go. Look, new low price on this Absol. $1,500. You know, somebody had this in Cyberway with me for $800, and then he canceled it. I think he should have kept it. I do. Absol. He's a nice one. But he will not be red label. Let's see if this Celebi will be red label. They hit the guy with the jar, and I think his dad grabbed the broken glass and stabbed. They fled and were arrested later. Wow. Crazy, man. Crazy. Look, I get it. It's Pokemon cards. Can't be going to jail over Pokemon. That is not in congruence with collecting Pokemon, going to jail. No, we will not be selling this shiny Celebi as a red label. Okay, the Pichu is a red label. Charmander, Char. All the major grocery stores here in Denver have Pokemon vending machines. Are always sold out. You guys want to know why you can't get a hold of any Pokemon cards? Well, that's because it used to be that Walmart and Target sold Pokemon cards and then your local card shop. Now it's any store that can have a vending machine sells Pokemon. That's why. Actually, I remember when I was a kid, the grocery stores had Pokemon cards in them. And we're talking about Pokemon Base Set, Fossil, Jungle, and Rocket. I remember that. I went to a Hy-Vee in Kansas City as a kid. We were visiting relatives, and I was all into Pokemon card collecting. And at the entrance of the door, you walk past the standard machine, like with the twirly wheels, and it had booster packs in it. I never forgot that. I wanted one so bad. I wanted it so bad. Okay, so this is Charmander, Obsidian, Pokemon Center, right? All right, send in those orders, guys. If you'd like to have a crazy night, it's okay if you don't want to have a crazy night, too. I'll just hang out with you all. So, let's see. Holy man. We could do red label on this Charmander. Give me a minute. I don't think we should, but we could. Oops. Go back to that. I don't know. I will offer it. I don't think anyone will accept it. It's kind of high. It just doesn't make sense. I don't think anyone's got the... why would you spend this much money on a modern Charmander? So I will put a red label on this one. But it's possible to do red label. Is it too risky? I feel like I can't decide. Let me see how many of these there are. Okay, give me a minute. Can't do a red label on Shiny Celebi and the Absol because they're actually just too rare. Whoa, this is kind of rare. I'm surprised. That is surprising. This is a surprisingly rare card. What do you guys think of the Pokemon Center cards? You think they'll always do well? You know, to be honest, this is like the price of that Magikarp. Yeah, that Magikarp is nuts too, isn't it? The Magikarp ought to be a red label. Yikes, that Shining Celebi looks nice. I'm rare. No, I can't do it. I can't do the red label on this. I just feel like I can't believe the price. That's the problem. My gut's not telling me, oh, there's room to grow on this card. It's not telling me that. My brain is telling me that these prices are so outrageous that it kind of makes no sense at all. That's what my brain's telling me. I'm not going to offer red label on that. I believe it is too risky of a maneuver. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not even old enough. It's not even old enough. All right. Maybe that's a mistake. Next up, we've got an order from them. 10 more of the Metazoo Nightfalls. You got it, man. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, Mr. Them. Keeping us a little busy tonight. Them showed up when we needed him the most on a slow night. All right. We will die from climate change, but no one is willing to sacrifice what it takes, so it doesn't really matter, and I hate for that to be my children's world. We are. I've been told that we're going to have climate change since I was really young. It was like it was going to get too cold, it was going to get too hot, it was going to get too cold, it was going to get too hot. And it's not that I don't believe that humans aren't leaving like a mark on the world. I think we are. I think we're polluting it like crazy. I think that the atmosphere could be heating up from the carbon emissions getting trapped, greenhouse gas effect, all that stuff. However, I'm not convinced that we won't solve it. So I'm not as like, I don't have like a panic button for the climate change. For me, it's not like a panic change thing. The biggest problem is who pays for it, you know. And so all the countries are competing over how to pay for it. And so for me, it's not a top button issue. Pollution is, though, by the way. Pollution bothers me a lot more than the earth heating up a bit. But, you know, people talk about, oh, we're about to have a extinction event. Where did no extinction event happened? And that was, what was that? When did they say they would have the extinction event? Wasn't that like 10 years ago or something? Feels like 10 years. When did someone say we'd have an extinction event? Let's say, when did someone famous last say we'd have an extinction event? All right, let's see. Yeah, there's this guy saying there's a 50% chance of human extinction. So you got these guys saying, here's Guy McPherson will have a extinction event by 2026. So we hear these guys say this stuff constantly, and I start to feel, and perhaps this is presumptuous, but I start to feel at some point that there's not a huge difference between them and the religious people who say the end is nigh. Repent! Repent! Judgment is near. It's coming for you. Quick, give me all your money. And so I get this, and again, maybe that's totally ignorant. Maybe I've mixed the two groups into the wrong groups. But it's just been so many years that I've been hearing we're about to run out of gasoline. That didn't happen. The earth should be a roasted peanut right now, or it should be frozen, right? Like in the 21 Years Later or whatever that movie was. I've just been listening to that for so long now. And, ooh, look at that Wendigo. I have the feeling that there are much bigger risks. Like if you want to talk about an extinction event, maybe nuclear bombs, maybe, maybe mass poverty or something, famine. But yeah, I feel a bit like the alarmist nature of it kind of drives me nuts. And the sad part is if it was, they were right the whole time, I should have listened. We didn't listen. South Park made an episode like that, didn't they? 3 days after the day after tomorrow or something like that. We didn't listen. Here it is. We've got Grafton Monster. And so, and South Park made that episode quite a long time ago. That's an old episode now. And all these years later, I still haven't seen the extinction event occur from whatever, the sun's too hot. I've not seen that. And I think as time goes by, we've got like AI being developed, right? I feel like I'm shocked at how much the world has quietly changed because of AI. And we don't, I don't know, we don't appreciate it too much. Wow, I like that one. That's Boogeyman. He's creepy. I feel like the world changed dramatically with this AI stuff, and that pretty soon AI is going to be solving all our problems for us, and it's just a matter of time now. Like, this is the beginning, guys. This is the beginning of AI. Remember, like AOL. Remember AOL came out? It was like the beginning of the internet for us, for normal people, and it was like a huge deal. Like, I remember you could like text people on the internet. It was like, what the hell? It was dial-up. You could play like RuneScape. It was like really crazy. It was this new thing. You'd never seen anything like it before. We're going through that right now with AI. There's going to be like a post-AI time period and a pre-AI period. And so, there's problems like climate change and how to deal with it. I think AI is going to solve a lot of that. And we're not dead. We're just not. We're not dead. The human race is still going. I don't think it's too late. I don't think all the animals went extinct. I don't think there was a mass extinction event. I think the world's a lot hardier than you think it is. But so I think that these guys that have been shouting that, they got to be careful because they're going to turn into the boy that cried wolf. And having these extreme alarmist feelings about it start to look an awful lot like a behavior we already know exists. Like we know it's in human nature to shout it's the end of the world. We know that that's a human behavior. The religious people do it. They get really into that stuff. They think it really is the end of the world. They quit everything. They pull their kid out of school. I knew people like that. They weren't Catholic. They were like evangelicals and stuff. I knew people like that where they would, their kids would live with them in a van because it's all coming to an end soon. It doesn't matter, right? Nothing matters. School doesn't matter. Saving doesn't matter. It's all coming to an end soon. Here it is, 2025, right? The Mayan calendar, blah, blah, the blood moon, the dark pope, whatever, the black pope, all this stuff, whatever you think, it's all gone and by, and the world's still ticking. It's not the end of the world. And so, the alarmism, whatever you want to call it, I think it doesn't solve it, first of all, and I think it does actually make people, surprisingly, ironically, more suspicious about working on it. So there has to be some way to talk about it that works, and I don't know what that is. But more importantly, we just got to keep working on technology, man. All right. That was the Mayan people's calendar. The day after tomorrow, some island countries submerging under the sea. That's because we don't live in a ball. SJ Denmark is already going underseas. I have a feeling we will be hit with the Carrington event that will take out some billions. Are we on our way to universal basic income? Yeah, that's a really fun topic. I really feel there will never truly be basic income because the income's just communism. That's all it is. So the basic income, maybe if we were at a point where humans could like live forever, I think that would be the point we would truly have universal basic income. But until then, if a robot can produce goods cheap and produce food cheap, there's still things that are scarce in the world. Land, health, access to the sexual partner that you want to live with, competition for mates. So there's still these scarcity problems that are unsolved. As long as there's a scarcity problem for certain aspects of the world, you will always have some measure of who gets the power to get what they want. So, maybe what will happen is the quality of life will go way up. If we get robots doing the farming and robots doing the manufacturing, that'll be cool. So, the cost of goods will go way down. We'll have to work in new jobs, find new jobs. Everyone will have to open up an OnlyFans account, for example. But the measuring of each other will not go away. That guy's got good teeth and good eyes, and he looks sexy, and he's tall, and his pee-pee is strong. He's more valuable. That'll happen. But the idea that everyone will just have free money, it'll never work. It'll never work, because the moment I get $600 a month and you get $600 a month, now everything costs $600. That's just what'll happen. So the measuring will continue. No matter how much money you give everyone at the same time, the measuring will continue. All that will happen is the value of money will go away. And so we'll have to use clams or gold bars or Pokemon cards to trade because money won't have any value if you do that to it. Emmanuel Valencia, box of Korean, Lost Abyss. You got it. So if you start giving away lots and lots of money for free, it won't have any buying power anymore. No one will buy anything with money. Money will be obsolete. All right, let me go get a box of Lost Abyss. Oh, wait, is this a box? No, that's not. All right, here we are. Yeah, so I'm saying if you get $600 and I get $600 and that guy over there, he gets $600 and every single person in America gets $600 and it's every month you get $600 more dollars. Here's what's going to happen. The price of homes will go to millions and millions of dollars. You go to the grocery store and an orange will cost $601. That's what'll happen. That's exactly what will happen. The money will have no value. They'll say, this isn't a measure of anything anymore. Everyone gets it for free. We are. So, we are. All right. That'd be a great thing if you're somebody sitting on a lot of gold and Bitcoin and a lot of debt. So if you got a lot of gold and Bitcoin, which the government's not handing out for free, and you got a lot of debt, maybe like real estate debt, you just got tons of real estate debt. That debt will go to zero because the value of money will go to zero. And your gold and Bitcoin will remain valuable because the government can't print those. So there are guys, rich guys, who would love for basic income to become a thing because they know it will actually destroy the purchasing power of normal people's wallets. So normal, middle class, hardworking people, your jobs will be worth nothing because you don't get paid in Bitcoin. You don't get paid in gold. You get paid in dollars. And guys already sitting on a lot of gold and a lot of Bitcoin and a lot of real estate will cheer. They'll be like, thank heavens! Socialism has saved us. Thank heavens. We own the means of production. We don't own dollar bills. We own the means of the production. So now that the dollar bill is valueless, we can go in and buy everything with gold and Bitcoin. We are. And our businesses are literally unaffected because we can just change the price of anything. Everyone's getting $600. An orange costs $601. Or whatever it would be. That's exactly what would happen. All right, that's my prediction. You can disagree. Gotta love those that cry for small government push larger and larger bills. It will become the $600 store. Yes, it will become the $600 store, not the... So hold on to your Pokemon cards in case that happens too, because another thing the government can't print? Pokemon. All right, lovely. He got this Altart. Check this. Do you guys forget about this card? I forget about this card all the time. Altart Aerodactyl. Great card. So cool. They got all these fossil Pokemon on it. It's super nice. All right, great card. Will our population decrease because there are no jobs then? Well, I think our population will decrease because our population is currently decreasing. I mean, look at Japan. Look at Switzerland. Barely any kids in Switzerland. Look at South Korea. No one's having any kids, period. No one. So I think that no one's having kids. We are. But there will be jobs. The jobs will be priced differently. They'll be valued differently. There'll be a different competition to get into those jobs. We are. All right. Let's see. Here's... for example, back in the day, there was a job for cleaning horse poop off the roads in New York. And then we got vehicles and that job went away. Everyone's still got jobs. Jobs exist. So a lot of the automated jobs will go away. And what'll happen is those services become very cheap. Again, manufacturing becomes cheaper. Food becomes cheaper. Maybe oil will get cheaper. A lot of things will get cheaper. Way cheaper. So the money you earn will pay for a lot more stuff because it's all so easy to obtain. And kind of like Facebook. You sign up for Facebook, it's free. You just get to have it now. You get this new way to communicate is free. You get TikTok, it's free. You can just go scroll and be entertained. It doesn't cost you anything. So, maybe services like transportation and food will be almost free. But there will still be a competition, again, for the things that AI can't do. For example, AI can't make you more attractive necessarily. Only plastic surgery can do that. So, AI can't make someone fall in love with you. So dating will become a very serious subject. That'll be a place of human measurement. Can you get the girlfriend you want? Can you get the boyfriend you want? Can you get the husband you want? AI is not going to be able to replicate anything like that. Maybe they'll have like robot partners, but I'm talking like, yeah, if you want to disappear because you had a robot partner, I suppose you disappear from the human race. I was talking about this already. Measures like who gets to live where. You want to live on a nice island like Hawaii by the ocean? AI can't fix that for you. There'll still be a struggle for land. Everyone will struggle to own land or gold or Bitcoin. So the measurements will change, but AI can't print Bitcoin. It can't do it. Although maybe it could hack it, which is also a scary thought. Here we are. Maybe the gold guys win in the extreme end. Think about that. Everyone right now, maybe we're in the middle right now and Bitcoin's doing very well. Maybe in the extreme end, the gold guys do well. You never know. You never know. I'm not in either, really. I'm in Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are doing great, by the way. I should mention that. Pokemon cards doubling, tripling, quadrupling. Holy dude. Best performing asset of 2025, maybe? Could the best performing asset in 2025 be kids' collectibles? Coins, baseball bats, collectibles. Maybe that becomes a big deal. Imagine a world where all of the hard shit or stuff is already taken care of by AI. So all that matters now is being a human with the best collectibles, because it's like an end game activity for humanity. Could you think of that? End game activity for humanity. Collectibles. Who got the best thing? Maybe that's what it becomes. And then you have to find it. So you get your free food, you get your service, you get your car. Now you got to find some way to get a better collection than someone else. How do you do that in the era of AI? How do you do that? If everyone's getting everything for free because AI is doing it for you, then collectibles shoot way up in value. Because a collectible is not really something that the government's going to issue to you. They just won't. There's no point. So I've got a better collection than you, right? How do you pull that off? Well, you gotta work somehow. You got to find some kind of work that gives you the ability to buy a better collectible than someone else. And so, yeah, as AI makes things cheaper, there will still be measurements. That's my theory. Universal basic income, I don't think it'll happen. Things will just get really cheap. I don't think we'll get rid of our dollar, destroy our dollar by printing it out and giving it to everyone. So, Mr. Emmanuel, the man who had a really big box, what are we doing with you now? Did you ship out? I don't remember. Did you ship out? Need a new bag. He did ship out. Okay, here we go. I liked your Aerodactyl. It's very nice. That card belongs to the Diddy Party. Look in that shiny. I love that card. That's a hit. How much for your wife? But will our population decrease? Okay, we already talked about that one. Here we are. Yeah, so I think services and goods will just get cheaper over time with AI. Just like, look at the flat TVs. You can buy like a 70-inch flat TV at Walmart for like $300 now, which is crazy because it's so much easier to earn $300 as well nowadays. $300 is not a lot of money anymore. So the price of televisions is reaching like drop dead low prices. It's really low compared to when I was younger. And they had those big, heavy box TVs that weighed like 6,000 pounds, and that was a big screen. And those cost like multiple thousands of dollars to obtain when it all started. And so, again, these improvements will allow you to live like a king even more, and it'll all be cheaper. But you're still going to have to find some way to earn money in order to live a good life, in order to have the things that the other people don't have, All right, let's see. All right, lovely. Don't forget, Mr. Squid Game was inspired by a real 1986 event in a bunker in no man's land, South Korea, where hostages were forced to play deadly games to survive. The inhuman host was never found. The inhumane? Here's Queen of Diamonds. Right. That was a real thing that happened during a war, did it not? And the suits they wear look roughly like what the prisoners wore, correct? That's a really cool detail. That is something that people could forget. Here's Victini all the way up to 14 spots. Victini, we saw a Victini, a PSA 10 one, sell for over $2,000, didn't we? So this guy is a hot card. Tonight, I have submitted the winner's cards to PSA. So there's been 2 of them submitted to PSA. I'm not submitting any of mine with your guys's. We're going to keep them in separate orders. So that I think that's just a nice way to do it. All right. So, clicking on this. Mr. Thim, keep the nightfall coming. 10 more nightfalls. You got it, man. I just want my studio car and Pokemon cards. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. Yeah, so, funny enough, maybe stuff like rare paintings, collectible vehicles, collectible pieces of land, maybe collectibles is what a lot of crypto bros and gold guys don't understand is the future, because although they're investing into like a currency that the government can't print, what will people be spending that currency on? What will they actually be spending it on? Well, You don't just want to have gold for gold's sake. You want to have a nice home. You don't just want Bitcoin for Bitcoin's sake. Maybe you want to have, a really nice collectible. There's something to buy with those things in life. And the question is, what will people be buying in the future in 20 years when AI's really been developed really well, and you got AI robots doing a lot of work for us now. So you got AI factories, AI robot factories making all your stuff, doing all the farming maybe. What's going to happen at that point? How will people spend money? What will they spend it on? They're not going to have to spend their money on strawberries. They're not going to have to spend their money on a car anymore. So they're going to have all this freed up cash to buy other things. Maybe that causes something like collectibles to go sky high, Maybe that causes collectibles to shoot up to the moon. We are. All right. Let's see. Indrid Cold. Very nice. I was Hokage of Pokistan. Everyone would have charge. Oh, he says, if I was Hokage. You're funny, man. I hope they play Duck Duck Goose in the American version. Ooh, that's a great... yeah, if they have an American version, which it seems like they want to, I wonder what games they would play. What were common American games? I mean, we played things like Jump Rope. Duck Duck Goose is a good one. Okay. Freeze Tag, maybe? Here's Walla Walla Lake Crustacean. There we go. Ooh, very nice. Dodgeball, that's a good one. Here's Foo Follette. Oh, very nice. Poltergeist. Oh, yes. Poltergeist. Nice. Old Books Crying Tree. Aw, he's the crying tree. We've got Frank Shaw's Gargoyle. Brr. Very nice. Very nice. I'd impose a strict selling tax on all waifus being sold to afford this charge, I'd promise. Here's Bell Witch. Ooh. By the way, are we allowed to do a spoilers review of Squid Game yet? God, I never got to talk about Squid Game. Here's Mothman. What's the one where you jump on 10 hopscotch? How about Foursquare? Foursquare's one. There. And Light Elemental. Ooh. The one where the ball coming down the chain and you snack it back and forth. The totem pole, the something with the pole. There you go. I haven't finished it yet, but it's whatever. Nah, you don't want me to spoil it, man. That'd be bad. It is Mr. Athim. Oh, so still no holographic Mothman in that round. Got another UFO. The Wendigo actually looks pretty cool. He's a pretty neat card. Tetherball. Good job. Yeah, Tetherball. You're right. That's a good one. There we go. Kickball would be a good team game. That's true. Okay, thank you, Mr. Athim. Keeping us busy. Who do we have next? 2 boxes of the Korean Rocket for Mr. Hawk. Oh, yeah. So let me go get 2 boxes of Team Rocket. I got 1 box here, but we need 2 of them. My door closed. All right, here we are. Boom. Dodgeball, hopscotch, kickball, tetherball. There we go. Ready? So this is 2 boxes, Team Rocket. This is one of the most popular products on the menu. Monkey in the Middle. Oh, I've heard of that one. How about Red Rover? Okay. Marco Polo. Foursquare. Yeah, I think we did Foursquare. All right. A good game before the dumb act. Ding, ding, ditch. Okay. Ding, ding, ditch is just another version of duck, duck, goose, right? Skip rope. Ding, dong, ditch. Was ding, dong, ditch... Was that where you rang the doorbell? Musical chairs. That's a good one. Is the Victini break for BGS 10 Victini? Oh, no. No, it is not. See? It's a raw one. That is a tournament card. That is a tournament Victini card. What was that music? Red River was banned in the playground. Too many kids getting clothed lined. There we are. All right. So, box number 1. Ready? Haha. Okay. Look at that Meowth. Yeah, when you think about it, Red Rover seems like a pretty dangerous game, actually. All right, set of 10. That Meowth is great, isn't it? Awesome Meowth. Okay, Ding Dong Ditch was the thing where you're just pranking your neighbor. Ugh. Here's same as INTL. Arbol something, I don't remember the name. That Pokemon disappointed me so much. It's pitted olives. It doesn't make any sense. They're not. Why would there be pitted olives on an olive tree? Nah, it doesn't make any sense. Makes 0 sense. Come on, Pokemon. Crobat, he's cool. Articuno's great. Honestly, Zapdos and Articuno should have definitely been Altarts in this set. The fact that they weren't is really disappointing. It's like Pokemon knew what they had and they only wanted to give us a smidgen of it. They said, let the peasants have a smidgen. There you go. All right. How about Lacrosse? Here we are. Here's Wobbuffet. Ah, box number 1 gives you a Crobat. Okay, Rocket Crobat. Houndoom box, not bad. Houndoom seems harder to pull than you'd think. Yeah, he doesn't pull too often. Houndoom. All right, cool. What's this music? This music's terrible. It's creepy. Let's move out of this music. All right, box number 2. Ready for box number 2? You can't handle box number 2. Here it is. Lovely. All right. Freeze tag. All right, let's see. Oh. An American version could have football in it. That is American football. Yes, that'd be an interesting thing. Oops. I think other countries would find that interesting. Paying bills is lame. Yep. You exist and therefore bills. Hey, you're going to need this house repair. It's only $7,000. Re-roofing a house. You got a house and it's got like a flooding problem. Be prepared to pay $3,000 to fix the flooding problem. Yeah, so we're gonna have to dig this trench out. All right, there it goes. Yeah, we had a small group that went paintballing regularly. Boop. All right. Okay. Right away, you've got Team Rocket, Screnton Wentonful, whatever his name is. There's Moltries. Oh, Blaziken, that's a great one as well. The Blaziken and the Houndoom are two of the best. Blazicoon, sometimes known as Onisan. Onisan! Annihilate. Spidops. Spidops works as like a Team Rocket Pokemon. Wobbuffet. Zamazenta, he looks really terrible. Definitely an unpopular Pokemon. Why did they even put him in here? It's so random. Zamazenta being in this set is so random. Okay. Please call me Tally. I did not consent. Flashlight tag. Yeah, we had a small group that went paintballing. There we go. Have you seen Dubsy? I have not seen Dubsy. What's Dubsy? Okay. Oh, Beetle. Oh. Tyranitar. Rar. Hello. Cold. Sedaton. Cold. Charbok. Blaziken. Crobat. Cold. Farsakuno. Samazenta. Regirock. And Zapdos. What? Look at that Zapdos. Okay, good. Tossing this. And sleeving these. Good. My girlfriend always loses the TV remote, and I use my fancy Flipper Zero as just a remote clone. Karis does the same exact thing. She loses everything. She loses her glasses, keys, wallet, whatever it is, your purse. And I'm the opposite. I never lose anything because I hate spending time searching for a lost item. So the way my brain works, I typically have really strict rules about where I will place the remote and where I'll place my keys and wallet. And she gets into my wallet, pulls my credit cards out to pay for things, and then she loses the credit card. And then she places the wallet where I would never place it. And then the remotes are constantly lost. So actually it was this week. So it's funny you would mention this. This week I made up a rule. We got 2 remotes and I said, this one's mine and you may never place it anywhere but right here. And guess what? Now there's always one remote, never missing. You can never find her remote. Her remote's always missing. But you can't miss mine because mine's always in the same spot. It's so easy. So easy. I don't understand people who lose stuff. There you go. All right. He's a massive collector. Oh, Dubsy's a massive collector. Very cool. There you go. Haha. Let's go grab your bag. Oh, we need to get you a fresh bag, don't we? All right, Mr. Hawk, keeping us busy tonight. I like it. All right. Lovely. He was the one to sell the Illustrator 10. Oh, very cool. Okay. Very cool. Good. All right. Okay, we'll place you up here. Now, you're hitting on the good stuff now, man. Those rocket packs, we sold like 2 cases of them. Now, let's see. We have an order from Mr. Thim, he wants another 10 Nightfalls. You got it. All right, let's get it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're watching tonight and you've never placed an order, give it a try. Check out the description of the live stream on how to order. It's really uncomplicated. You just send me money on PayPal or ZELLE or CASHAPP, and that's it. That's how it works. You just send me money direct. So really simple setup. You can also see what's for sale in the description of the live stream. Super easy. Give it a try. If you've never done it, but you want to try it, take this as your motivation. Okay? All right, let's see. Snipping this. Have some fun with us. Snipping this. You won't regret it. Unless you only get cold ones, and then you will regret it. Here it is. Let's snip this. Some people get the good ones. Take a Thim, for example. He's about to pull the good ones right here. All right. What do we got? Popular set right now, a big popular set. The Gem 2s. These are crazy popular. These guys right here. I used to lose my blank all the time and would look on my rug all night for them. Holy cow, dude. That is an adult sentence. Here is Old Book. Here's Boogeyman. All right, Boogeyman. Here's Headless Coal Miner. All right. Sleeving these. Very nice. Here's... What is this? There's God Packs? I didn't know this had God Packs in it. You got a God Pack. I didn't know Metazoo did God Packs. Let's get this junk out of the way. You got a Metazoo God Pack. How do you feel about that, Mr. Thim? Damn. All right, so what do we got? We got Wendigo, Crazy Critter, Dark Watchers, Guardian Angel, T. Kettler, Old Books, Crying Tree, Alaskan Vortex, Oklahoma Octopus, Flood the Earth, Frank Shaw's Gargoyle, Obsidian Obelisk, and Permafrost. Well, that sucks. I would have wanted the standard hollow Wendigo and the Grim Reaper and the Mothman. And those are the 3 that you did not pull. Dang it. All right, but it's still a cool round, and you got another reverse hollow Wendigo. Yo, that's sick. That's sick, bro. You are. Here's Thunderbird. He's made out of thunder. Jack Frost. Kinderhook Blob. Kinderhook. Born from the Earth. Born from the Earth. Okay. 2 more packs, Mr. Thim. Come on, Mothman. Lightning Split. And Permafrost. Woohoo! All right, no luck in here, man. Good thing these packs are really cheap. All right. Yeah, you did pick up a Wendigo. And honestly, you picked up a lot of cards. So as long as you can extract some value out of the smaller cards, you're all right. All right. Very nice. A vacuum cleaner in a paper towel would have been your best friend. Don't ask me how I know. We are. Let's grab this with them. Very nice. Oh, that is so creepy. I think that the outdoor cat just pushed my door open. Do you hear it creaking? Creak. Yes, he definitely came in the room. All right. You want attention? He's looking around. He's walking around the room now. He gonna come knock over all my bulk. Okay, so we have another order. It is Mr. Hot Kamek. He wants another box of Rocket. What are you doing? Now he's making all kinds of cute noises. Now, I don't want to run you over. Where are you standing? Okay. Let's go get those 2 boxes. Are you a nocturnal cat? You stay up at night? Oops. Oh my gosh. I don't want to step on you. You know, it's funny. The old cats, they kind of understood the card room slightly. Maybe because they've been in it a couple times. So funny watching them. Wonder what's in here. Okay, there it is. Run them over. All right. So, 2 fresh boxes. Let's get it. It's the previous owner haunting you, wanting to know what you did with their meat. No, not the infected pork. That's like a key item in a haunted house. The behind the freezer drawer pork. If I had eaten that pork, I probably would have died of a haunting. First time watcher, are the slabs in the background for look, or are most of those for sale? Whoa, they're all for sale. So for example, that's 30. This is a break, $40 break. This is a break. Oh, the cat thinks he should be up here. Kitty, you can't be up here. Come here. Come here. There you go. All right, you gonna knock over all the bulk. I can feel it. There we go. All right. Let's snip this. He's knocking over my stuff. He's over there knocking over things. It's so funny. There we go. Maybe that's why you're sneezing. Could be. I don't think so. I sneeze every time I come in here. I'm pretty sure it's a dusty room. He's away from us. I don't want to accidentally run over his paws or something in this chair. It's a chair with wheels, and I happen to push it around a lot. I'll run him over. There you go. Snipping this, and we'll snip this as well. You can tell Mr. hates the cat. I don't hate him. No, I don't hate him. It's not true. There. And yeah, he's a weirdly friendly cat. There you go. Kara's already talking about how she wants to give him a name and everything. I was like, oh no, you're trying to name it? All right. How's your feeling for the next Pokemon set? Do you think since people don't like black and white, it will fail? Pokemon Black and White sales were strong. When the new set came out, it had a lot of artworks. You know, there's a couple decent good cards in there. Like the Shinji card was pretty neat for the Seismitoad or whatever his name was. Then there was Haxorus. He's really cool. Haxorus is in there. The monochrome Black and White, Reshiram and Zekrom, those are solid. And then there's the Altarts for those 2 Pokemon as well. That's real solid stuff. There's the starters. Those are pretty good. There's a lot of in-between Pokemon that are not so good. I think he's already trying to get back out of the room. I'm going to go help him out of the room, okay, guys? Because I don't want him trapped in here. They go crazy. I'm trying to get back out of here. All right. All right, there you go. He lays against the door. He doesn't understand that it opens inward. Ooh. All right. Climbing over here. Good. Good. Wow, we're at 3 hours of streaming. How is that even possible? Here's a nice Houndoom. Here we are. Mochis. So you got another Houndoom. That's not bad at all, man. That's a great card to pull. Now if you could just pull the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, or ooh, there's the Weezing too. So I like the Houndoom. I happen to also like the Weezing. I think the Weezing is one of the better artworks. Classic Jesse and James Pokemon, and Coughing was a classic Team Rocket Pokemon in the video games. Here's a cold one. Zamazenta. Cold. Ooh, Zamazenta again. I hope Pokemon releases a dark Pokemon card set and it's just full of crazy Pokemon. Dark Dragonite comes back. Ooh, that would be so cool. Dark Dragonite, everybody. People go so nuts for that. But they're probably not going to do that for like 5 years now that they've done this. Now I think the kitty's trying to get back in. I can hear him scratching at the door. So funny. It's probably better for him to be on the other side of that door, though. Okay. Crobat. Oops. Oh, Golden Crobat. Nice. This is a nice box. I like this one. Yeah, Golden Crobat, Weezing, and Houndoom coming out. Good stuff. Okay, there's the Sneasel. Imagine this says Call the Dark Ones. Have you tried the Pokemon game on Switch? The improved graphics and performance really helps, question mark. I have not bought a Switch 2 yet, although I could afford one. I just don't really need to buy one. When a new Pokemon game comes out, which I think it will, we'll go grab one at that point, and we'll stream some Pokemon. How does that sound? Is it a male cat? I'm asking because they might start spraying things. I don't know if he's that old yet. It is a male cat, and I'm sure he's been neutered. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not 100% sure if he's been neutered. But that's a good point. He might still be adolescent. Although he's kind of larger already. I feel like he might be adultish. They don't spray if they've been neutered, right? Most people neuter cats. There we go. All right. Oh, he's going to start spraying everywhere. It's pee. He's going to get mad and pee on your door. Yeah, well, that's another good reason to keep that door sealed all the way to make sure we don't have an issue like that in here. He can go pee in the other parts of the home. All right. Very nice. There we go. That cat really, really, really likes Karis. It's kind of crazy. There we go. All right. We'll snip this. Here we are. So she's smitten a little bit. We'll snip this. And we'll snip this. I've fallen below TCC's radar. He says Weezing is one of the best from the set. Is black and white break running? There is no black and white booster box break running. It's probably for the best because I'm running low on them. There's a box of them I haven't received. There's a shipment. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a shipment that hasn't arrived, and the guy who shipped it to me, he is trying to figure out what went wrong. He's the same guy who had a shipment disappear before. Here we are, cold. Here's Wobbuffet. Cold. Crobat. Cold. Sneasel. Wow, you guys should have been opening this, man. Woo, that's the chase, Mr. Hawk. Great pull for Mr. Hawk tonight. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Let him in. He needs hugs. What? Wow, great pull. This is why this set is so fun to open. When you can open so much of it, you pull this card more often. That's like the second time we've pulled it, I think. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Oh, you know what we haven't been pulling? The Raucous Moltres. We got to pull some of that now. Okay. Oops. Here's this person. Oh, I got to sneeze again. Throwing that away. All right. There we go. Here's another Weezing. That one's off center a little bit. Usually these cards are not off center. And the Mewtwo did not look off center. By the way, if you want me to send that off to grade, it's $40, okay? Well, no, it's $39 these days. 39. Here's Samazenta. Yeah, Mr. Hawk, I can send it off to grade for you. Hopefully it gets a 10. Cold. You can even have me sell it for you when it comes back if you want to do that, if you don't like it. So it can be sold on commission. Maybe we could host a break. Here's a set of 10. Another Houndoom. You are doing great. Gorbis. Samazenta. And Cold. That hit looks clean. Yes. If I grade it with you, what would that be like? I send it off to PSA for you. Now, I wasn't talking about TCC grading, although you can do that too. I was talking about sending it to PSA for you. So that's what I'm referring to. But yeah, I wouldn't mind TCC grading it either. The turnaround for TCC grading, nice and fast. You don't wait 2 months. it is. All right. Okay. Oh, very nice. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Beautiful Mewtwo. We gotta get more of this product. We gotta get more of this Rocket product. It's good stuff. I feel like people are finally getting to enjoy like pulling some of the big hits out of Team Rocket ever since we started selling this. You know, because the Japanese set was so expensive and the English set was so expensive. They are. I paid so much to get a hold of that product. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah, Pokemon, it's in a crazy place. It's in a crazy place, Pokemon is. Okay, $3 pre-grade. Let's do it. All right, it's $3 pre-grade. Ready? So we're going to take a look at the centering first. This corner is definitely thinner. However, I believe it falls within the range of a 10 for the centering. Yeah, you can kind of see it on the back as well. So if you compare this corner to this corner, you can tell this one appears slightly thicker, but it's just slight. I would not send this to BGS. There's no point. This card will fail at BGS. It could turn into a 9.5 in the worst scenario, because you have this issue right here. It's almost like there's two lines running right here and here. All right. All right, let's see. I think it's got a real shot at a 10. I do. All right. So, should I write on it? I'm going to say 10 minus on this one, but I think it's got a real shot. Okay. PSA 8. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Think tag or PSA? Oh, you could do either. Yeah, you could do either. They grade kind of similar to each other. They're both pretty tough, so you could do either. You pick one and I'll send it there, okay? I'd love to see how they grade. Here's Pelipper. Here is a Jigglypuff. Here's Pramip. Rar. Roger, Craig, Smith, Sonic, and Slay King. Slay! Okay, lovely. Now, this is a commissioned Sonic, by the way. This is for Mr. Anthony Haymeyer. Okay, so that was completed. We also have this order from our friend Hathim, who wants 10 more Nightfall. You got it. 10 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that is 5 total. When two people send the same card for grading, how do you identify whose is whose when they come back from grading? So PSA will hand out a certification number to each card in the order that they're submitted. So we actually just submit them and then create a list showing the order they were submitted in. And PSA is pretty good with that. We, as far as we can tell, they've never mixed the cards. All right, so let me go get some more Metazoo. All right, here we are. Good. Tag not do Korean though, right? Oh, he's correct. Tag only does English and Japanese at the moment. So you have to use PSA, CGC, or BGS. All right. Did you hear Topps Messy Cards have some fake signatures done by his brother? Oh, no, dude. That's not good. He's supposed to be your brother. Not the scam artist. God, dude. Yeah, my brother's famous. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't I forge my brother's signature? And then I can make lots of money. Nah, man, that's not right. Thrown under the bus by your own brother. Greedy. Human greed knows no bounds. His brother is still messy. Technically, not the same though, you know that. Technically, he is from that family lineage. It's like the royal brothers in the royal family. They are. The younger brother causing all the problems. It is writing these weird books. They are. Okay. Very nice. It's a combo of his father, who is his agent, so there's a whole drama. Oh my God. Dad's in on it too. Hey man, you want to double our pay this year? Okay, get me a pen and paper. I got an idea. Spectremoose. Qualupalic. And Twin Meteor. We're sending it off to PSA. Sounds good, Mr. Hawk. Good luck. Drama with yo mama. Here's Kinderhook. Crazy Critter. A Bald Mountain. Boil Over. Ooh, Headless Horseman. That one's cool. I like that one. Man, how hard is it to pull this Grim Reaper and Mothman and Wendigo? Must be really difficult. All right, you got Headless Horseman. That's a cool tail. I like that tail. First time sending a card to grade. That's your first time? Oh, man. We got to get you grading some cards for your collection, man. It's all about grading these days. Don't listen to the naysayers. All of the huge value improvements, you know, like the card appreciations that we've seen over the years, it's not in the raw cards. It's in the graded 10s. Graded 10s, they go up in value much higher than anything else. You got a nice one. So try to get a 10 on that. All right, cool. We have Josh Hiles, one box of Team Rocket. I'm Larry. Larry and Larry. All right, Larry, let's get you started. Here's Choincey. It's Choincey. The Queen of Diamonds. There's Lapras. Here is the signature card for the soon-to-be for the Girl Box. Here's Slaykoth and Larvitar. Cool. Larry, good luck. Mister, is it worth buying a PSA 8? There is a Rayquaza EX from 2005, but it's an 8. That's entirely up to you. I don't know. Right now, Pokemon's pretty hot. Maybe it's time to save up. I don't know. Could be time to just chill back and see what happens next. See if it keeps going up. That would be a little bit surprising, but it's not impossible for that to happen. Or maybe it slows down finally. I don't know. It is. I mean, here's a question I have for you. Why not save up and buy the 9? But yeah, I mean, I talked about how with Pokemon card values being so outrageously high now, we're in a new time period where people are going to start buying 9s and 8s of cards they used to buy or want to buy at PSA 10. They used to want to buy it at PSA 10, but it's so unobtainable now. I think people are going to throw in the towel and be like, all right, it's time to just buy this card in a high grade, but not a 10. You know, if a PSA 10 is like $6,000 now, that's it. You're not going to buy it. You know, you're not going to afford it. It's too much. Normal people can't afford that. Bazillionaires can afford it. Even I look at these cards and I go, geez, I can buy like one of these a year. That would be my big purchase of the year. Can't be buying these. So, and, you know, I'm sure people are doing that. People are saying, okay, I'm buying one big Pokemon card this year. And if people are doing even just that, that's driving the market for sure. But, you know, I think it's a combination of resellers, investors, crypto bro type. Maybe seeing these cards jump so fast, so hard makes everyone go, oh my gosh, this is where you got to put your money. This is it. This is the final frontier. Put your money in the bank? No. Put your money in the stock market? Hell no. Put your money in gold? Nah. Put your money in Bitcoin? That's okay. Put your money in pokies. Yeah, okay. Crazy. Mom, I'm investing. Here's Zamazenta for Mr. Levy. Here you go, Larry. Do I get the Discord roll? Oh, yes, the Mewtwo Discord roll. That is a very good question. Maybe we should make the roll for the Korean version of the card. What do you guys think? How do you feel about that? So lately we have these challenge rolls, right? And if you can pull the Rocket's Mewtwo, there's a Rocket Mewtwo roll. Should that roll be the same for everyone? And should we hand it out to people if they pull the Korean version? You know, because Rocket boosters in English are like $10 on my channel. But in Korean, they're $1.70. I mean, you can buy like more than 5 of them at a time compared to one English. So your pull rate should be 5 times higher. So it's not, you know, a guy who pulled it in English, he got way luckier than a guy who pulled it in Korean. Maybe you could say 5 times luckier. So what should we do about that? Because should we make separate rolls if you pull it in Korean? If we do that, we're going to have like 1 million rolls in the server. Hey, that is Rocket's Nidoking. It's Nidoking. English, Japanese, you said rolls should be somewhat accessible. The English wasn't pulled yet. Don't discriminate languages. It was in the original rule. You guys think about it for a second. I'll do whatever the audience believes is the best thing to do, because when it comes to rolls, we do want them to be a challenge. I think people who pull it in English are going to say, well, you know, people should know that I got the English one, you know, because that's the pinnacle. That's the hardest one to pull. All right, here we are. Sneeslil. Language wasn't specified. Put up a poll. There we go. All right, I'll make a quick poll, guys. Pausing this. Engage with the audience. Start a poll. Should Korean Mewtwo hand out the Discord roll? All right. You could just put E and J or K with the roll to differentiate the language. Yeah, I agree. Here's the problem, though. That means for every good card we run into in the future, we need 3 new Discord rolls. See what I'm saying? And if you know anything about Discord rolls, over the course of another, I don't know, 15 years, you're talking about 1 million Discord rolls. That's what you're talking about. You want to sell cards or Discord rolls? I don't think the price should matter. Maybe make the name in Korean, I guess. Shouts at Mr. in Korean. No Korean barbecue for Mr. for life. No. Omita ulul. Show me noi omita. I don't know their language. Okay, this is for our friend, Mr. Larry. Not to be confused with Josh. Here you go, Larry. You could just make one. Okay, so here we go. What if it was like a general roll? What if it said like Mewtwo, and it was like you can pull any major Mewtwo from any set? That'd be interesting. Okay, and so now we've got Mr. Hawk sending the card out to PSA. Haha. So it gets a 10 minus PSA rating. Set this back up here. Grab one of these. Okay. I'm highly offended. Karis and I researched homes for a long time today. That's too bad about that. I wonder what causes that, huh? That's too bad. All right. Let's go ahead and pop the... Oh, we can't leave this sleeve on it either. Karis and I were doing more research on places to move. We gave the AI bot a lot of information about ourselves this time. Told it every last detail about our real estate here. And you know what's interesting? The AI bots, we talked to 3 of them, Gemini, Grok, and ChatGPT. They started coming up with more complicated answers to what's going on in our lives. They started saying things like, wait a second, you've got a good thing over there. Maybe you should keep those homes and buy a new small home in another state. And that was exactly one of the things I'd considered myself, is just move over to the new tax state into a small home and get the 2 lake houses rented so that they're cash flow positive or something. So, or cash flowing something. So here we go. We're going to say Mr. Hawk. PSA. Did the Pope really sign that card? Yeah, I saw that Mike's side had posted something like that the Pope had signed a card. What was that all about? I didn't see that one. I haven't watched that one. So now we have an order from click Mr. Thim, who says 10 more Nightfalls, the last round. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Good. Let's go ahead and pop these open. 5, 10. Whoa. The time is flying. More funny if he signed Giratina, since it's technically the devil. So you're saying the Pope really signed a Pokemon card? Oh my God, I want it. That'd be so funny. Yeah, I guess that's the Pope's signature on my Pokemon card. Not a big deal. There we go. Could you imagine the line of basketball short Pokemon card flippers getting in line to try and get the Pope's signature? Yeah, I'm not Catholic or anything. Can you sign this card? Hoping to sell this on eBay for a flip. There. Thanks, Pope. Potion seller. Remember when the Pope said Pokemon were demons? No. Here's Momo again. Bell Witch. Just a witch who likes bells. Here's Arkansas Snipe. Hey, Righteous Reckoning. That one's cool. All right, I like it. Potion Seller. Here's the Grim Reaper. And Adam and the Grim Reaper. Wow, it's hard to pull that Grim Reaper, huh? Maybe he's not a holo? I don't know. Imagine he is in this set. Yeah, he is. We've pulled him before. He's just hard to pull. Mister, there was a Mothman. Yo, I'm so sorry. Let's go grab that. I normally grab that. Hold on. Might have been going a little fast there. We're running out of time. We're near the end of the stream. And somebody ordered 4 boxes of the Korean Rocket. Oh, there it is. Good catch. Okay, sorry about that. I was going a little bit fast. Can't be having you miss out on your non-holo Mothman. Here it is. All right, good. Remember when that preacher wouldn't fly with demons? No. All right. Good. It's crunch time, guys. 5:12, and we got 4 boxes of Rocket to open. You know what that means. 1 box per minute. 1 whole box of Team Rocket in a minute. Okay. So that's Mr. Hawk. What? Did my music just pause? Turn that music back on. 4 boxes of Korean Rocket. Ow. All right. Do you see yourself becoming complacent and being able to say, I have enough? What do you mean, like Pokemon cards? Never. I want more. It's Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. I know I should be happy, but I want more. Have I ever told you about the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It is. All right, so 4 of these coming right up. Gotta catch them all. There it is. All right. Oops. I don't know, man. It's kind of like asking an alcoholic if there's ever a point where he's had enough alcohol. Let me think about it over a nice glass of wine. Beep. I don't need any more Pokemon, I swear. I don't need any more. All right. I feel like I'm too good at it, you know? I feel like I'm at a point where I just got this great thing going and not really interested in changing too much. You know, I got a routine. I got a Pokemon card lifestyle. It's my lifestyle. There we go. Mouth can talk, by the way. The poll has decided. Okay, let me take a look at it. Whoa, actually, it was a little bit close. 62% was a bit higher. I'm sorry, a bit closer than I thought to 50. But the audience has said they do prefer for any language that you pull the chase card in to count toward the roll in Discord. And I think that what'll happen is people who are chasing those rolls in Discord, if they really want the roll, they'll just open a lot more Korean cards to try and get it with less money. But that's all right. That's what you guys want. So that's how we'll run it. Okay, so that means, Mr. Hawk, you've got the roll. Just contact me and we'll get the roll out to you. All right. Troy says, dang it. He's got the pokey scratches. There we go. Clam Pearl. Oh. So there's 3 of those. Here's Mewtwo. Cold. Gorbis. Regirock. Ah, it's Jeff. It's Roderick. What do you think that guy's name is? It's Rocket Guy. A hit is a hit in any language. What? Well, I mean, I would say there's a heck of a difference between EV Heroes Korean Umbreon Altard and English Umbreon Altard. You see what I'm saying? There is most certainly a difference. Here it is. So sometimes the languages have major changes in the cost of acquiring a rare card. But hey, man, I don't mind. I really don't. You can do it however you guys like it. In the end, if you guys are happy, then I'm happy. Did I get a bug bite on the back of my leg? We'll be facing roll inflation. There we go. All right. Maybe what we should have is like a roll specifically for English and then a roll that's for any language. What do you guys think of that one? So like, what if we made 2 rolls, one for English, one for Korean, Chinese, Thai language, Indonesian. We really just do Japanese and Korean is the only other one, so we don't really do a lot of... Well, no, that's not true. We've had a lot of Chinese cards come in. This. One for Japanese, Korean, one for English. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. See? Tammy, we think alike. We must have great minds. There. All right, here goes. Crobat, he's a bat. Articuno. Oh. Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. Oh, Spidops. Oh, Kangaskhan. I was just hoping that my rocket set would have a random Kangaskhan card in it. Or if it could just be like Kangaskhan and Quagmire. Here's a cold one. All right, here's Mewtwo. Tyranitar, that is nice. I see the sun. Zamazenta. We still got 2 boxes to go, everybody. Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet's nice. Hold. Annihilate. So this stream brought to you by Mr. Hawk. That guy went super deep tonight. He also pulled the top card tonight. He pulled the Rockets Mewtwo Alt. Super cool. And he's sending it out to grade. So tonight's stream made special by Mr. Hawk. We also got to mention Mr. Hathim. He went really deep on some Metazoos. It is Nightfall Metazoos, which we don't get to see very often. So it's kind of a fun thing, isn't it? I think the next biggest language would be Spanish. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Spanish language Pokemons. I like the Thai language cards. I think that the language is just very cool looking. We are. I wouldn't mind having a Thai language supplier. It's really hard to get them, apparently. I don't know. All right. What does mita mean in Korean, Tammy? When they say something like omita, what does that mean? Or I noticed the Korean language has like a use of the word L as like ul or something. It's a very, I don't know if that's even L to them. There it is. Here we go. Likes to cater to the lady boys. Who likes to cater to the lady boys? Do you think Chinese will catch up to Korean? Most definitely. The Korean cards are really good, very affordable. But China's got the people. China's got a ridiculously huge and wealthy population. So the Chinese market is a very important thing for Pokemon cards. All right. Here we are. Here's Zapdos. Chinese buyers might already be buying up a lot of the English cards because they know Americans want them. So they go, oh, like we're doing that to the Japanese ourselves. We buy up Japanese cards. You don't think they want their own cards? Of course they do. So we buy up Japanese cards and they'll have to buy them back from us sometimes. And, you know, Chinese buyers might be buying Japanese cards and English cards going, hey, you know, America, they got plenty of money. Whoa, look at this guy or girl. Is that a guy or a girl? Can't tell. Here's Blaziken. Guess we'll find out later. Blaziken. So, you know, they might be going, hey, man, these cards go up in price really well. Let's invest in some. Okay. $15,000 Battle Day Lily. $15,000 sold on eBay. That went to a buyer in Hong Kong. All right. He's probably doing very well with that card right now. I don't know what it's worth now, but considering the whole hobby has exploded in price, that card's probably exploded for him too. Okay. Kangaskhan. Umbreon price is ridiculous. Korean too busy playing League of Legends. Same as that. Okay, here's Sneasel. All right. Are you talking about Ida ending to Korean sentences? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Here we are. Omita. Omida? Is it Omida? Maybe it's Omida. Here we Okay. Very nice. I'll be speaking Korean in a week. I'll be fluent Korean. One more box. What time is it? 5:23. Oh, yeah. We're making progress. If you hear imida at the end of the sentence, it's a way to make the sentence formal. Oh, that's what I do here. I hear them go imida. Imida, omida, something like that. Okay. Formal. How do we make something formal in English? Please use the exit on the side of the plane in the event of an emergency. Ida. Here we are. Is it just in the tone? Maybe it's just in the tone. Okay. All right. We say please. Oh, that's true. We do have please. Please do not finger butthole. Elden Ring. We are. Been playing some Elden Ring, guys. A lot of fingers and buttholes in Elden Ring. Could is more polite than can. Oh. Scooby-Dum. Oh, Tyranitar. All right, the tree, Arboliva, Spatiops. Come on, one Rockets Moltres coming right up. Altart Rockets Moltres coming right up. Oh, man, you pulled the other good card from the set. I love the Nidoking. I like it, or Nidoking, whatever you want to call it. I like this card better than the Moltres anyways. Such a cool card. Look at that, guys. Awesome. So cool. Okay, Gorbis. Orbital. Okay. Hold. I bought a bunch of cases of Destined Rivals. I bought like 6 cases. I guess that's not a bunch. Considering that they cost so much compared to other sets, it's a decent little chunk. And I did that just to hold on to them for the future, because I assume that this set will be very fun to open in the future. There we go. Like, you know, you look at like Cosmic and Unified Minds and Hidden Fates and all that from Sun and Moon era. And those are about to get really expensive too, by the way. That's my opinion on those. They're already really expensive. It was actually, what was surprising was how affordable the XY era was. That was what was surprising. And now that's not true anymore. XY is finally where it probably should have been. Getting real pricey. All right, that's it. Woo! We got it. We got it. You got a nice Nidoking. That's another gradable card, Mr. Hawk. Looking like good centering again. The black and white set in English has a Crown Zenith feeling to it. Pull rates are insane. Crown Zenith? Pull rate says in good or pull rate says in bad? All right. Great card. I love this Nidoking. I am a Giovanni's Nidoking fan. I'm in general a Nidoking fan. You guys know that. I got all those Crystal Skyrich Nidokings. Look, there's a Nidoking. Always liked Nidoking. Nidoking. Some people tell me I say it wrong. I say it the way I said it when I was a kid. And I don't know any other way to say it. Here it is. Pretty neat. This Evolution's Nidoking should be really expensive now. He was already expensive enough because it was like near impossible to get a 10 on him. Now it should be ridiculous. Now that all the XY Evolutions boxes have shot up in value. They used to be $700, remember? And everyone talked about how severe that was. Like, $700? No way! 700 was cheap. They're all like 17 or 1700 now. Just sent for your Gold Star Gyarados. Oh, yeah. You got it, man. They ended Scarlet and Violet off with the bang of a set, just like they did with Sword and Shield. Sure. Yeah, and that would be the Rocket set, or is Black and White counting as that? Because I don't think Black and White counts as part of that, right? All right. Whew. That was a big order. Thank you to Mr. Hawk. Big order for Mr. Hawk. Hathim says, good night, Mr. Last 10 Metazoos. Oh my God, we do not have time for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got it. 10 more of these. Metazoo, you can open a lot of it. It's not that expensive. We also have Metazoo Topps Chrome. Don't forget that, guys. Metazoo Topps Chrome. That is a Topps Chrome product. If you think Metazoo's not going to die, if you think it's going to stick around, which it very well might, some of this Metazoo product could be kind of underpriced. It is. Mothman sold for $800 from a Kickstarter set, so we still sell those Kickstarter packs. Here's Permafrost. Correct, ding ding. Technically, Black and White is the last set. It's still SV 10.5. Oh, okay. So is the next set going to say something else? Looper Long. Here's Boil Over. Amakuk. Here's Wendigo. Here's Guardian Angel. Oh, Abduction. All right. Ah, there it is. He's a reverse holo, though. You need the holo. Okay, so Mothman, clearly not super easy to pull. He got the holo Mothman finally. All it took was like 3 boxes. That was, yeah, and that was the reverse holo, not the holo. So that shows you he's not, the reason he costs a little bit of money is because it's not super common. The next set will be SV 11.5 Ruby Sapphire. Ruby Sapphire? SV 11.5, isn't that going to be XY era? What do you mean it's Ruby Sapphire? You mean it's going to be in the style of XY, but the Pokemon are going to be Gen 3, is that right? Okay, and then we have an order from Mr. Omar, 6 manga DBZ. 6 mangas, DBZ, Omar Batui. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because Scarlet Violet Pokemon are stinky. This. Yeah. I would say a lot of the designs were not getting people super excited. I mean, yeah, like Annihilate, he was kind of cool. But you know why he's cool, right? Because he's a new evolution for Gen 1 Pokemon. So it's like, well, okay. I always wanted an evolution for Pinsir, by the way. I was a big Pinsir fan. But Pinsir didn't get like... You know how like Scyther got Scissor? Okay, we got a nice Awaken card. We got this guy. I wish they had done something like that for Pinsir. I heard Pinsir got a Mega Evolution for the XY era. And it looks nice. I mean, it makes sense the way what they do with them. They have him sort of turn into a stronger beetle. You know, with flying and whatever it was. I can't remember everything about it. But he was stronger, right? So I wish they had done that with Pinsir and made it permanent. He should evolve. You are? Pinsir's cool, man. He's the only Pokemon I know with the scary vertical mouth. He's got angry triangle eyes and like demon horns. So he is not a nice looking bug. He's a mean, nasty bug. That's why I always like Pinsir the best. But there's no good Pinsir cards. You got one good Pinsir card, and it comes from Jungle. And okay, and then there's Legendary Collection, but that kind of doesn't count if you think about it. It's just that is still Jungle. Oh, this bag's out. This bag's kind of too big for all this. Look at all these hollows, man. These hollows kill me, dude. All right. All right. Hollows are my bane. Bulk. There we go. All right. Omar, thank you for the last minute order. We are all done. Oh, yeah. Got it. 5:33 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the Sunday nighttime stream. It got a little busy right at the end, didn't it? With that big order of 4 boxes of Rocket. Holy moly. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice night. Happy Monday. Sorry about Monday. I'll see you guys for the Monday daytime stream. I'll see you guys later. See you later, everyone.